Hello, Chathany, it's me, your dad. How we doing, boys? Whew. How am I today? I got woken up like 4 times today. Not great. Gah. Gah. It's me. How are we feeling, boys? Anything interesting going on in your life? Did you like the picture of my rose bush? The rose bush is coming in. Gah. There's one outside my bedroom window, too. Huh. Went to a good ramen place. It was nice. I had hamburger helper. It was subpar. It was rather subpar. Somehow don't have 3 hours of slop like some people here. Yeah, that'll happen. Downloaded DaVinci Resolve today in preparation of actually making videos. I've used DaVinci Resolve before, like a couple times for some of the old Skyrim VODs. And they, like, quadrupled the file size. And that was just for censoring some of the footage. I'm saying good luck. It's default Microsoft Video Editor for me. Chathany. Every single wrestling episode has been made using Microsoft's default video editor. I just need you to know that, and hear that, and to understand that. Why do you hate yourself? I admire its purity. And the fact that everything is clearly labeled helps a lot. The original CAW run was Resolve. Is Resolve everyone's go-to? Why does everyone use Resolve? Huh. Welcome back, Windows Movie Maker. It's like you were never gone. Huh. Boys. It's Slop Day again. Can you believe it's been like a whole month already? I wouldn't do these if you people didn't remind me. The people, they yearn for the slop. They yearn for slop-based content. The options are Resolve or Adobe, and I'm not using an Adobe product. That's completely fair. Not too fond of Adobe. Not one bit. Dear God. Speaking of the wrestling episode, Chathany, I just need the backstage and the in-between segments and the commercials, and then it's done. This is like the longest wait between episodes we've had so far, right? Sorry, I'll stop procrastinating at some point. Huh. I feel like I recognize the background music. It's a traditional Japanese instrument cover of the X vs. Zero theme from Mega Man X5. It's a good one. Gah. Grand finale, possibly. Oh no. Snack. Snack, I have plot lines in mind for like 2 years down the road. I gotta make these episodes shorter, man. I've gotta make them shorter. I have to. Huh. Adobe should not have their software be on a subscription service. No, they shouldn't. And it should be illegal. Selling a second main event angle in the episode? Goddamn right. It's gonna go over real well. The people, they better clap. They better clap when they see it. Twerkster Team Mode's main event match going just shy of 40 minutes. It's a good one. I added a lot. I added a lot of shit. Huh. Just the in-between segments, just the commercials. Just the backstage stuff, and it's done. Just a little bit more. I'm trying to do a bit where every time Meto has, like, a backstage segment, it's a completely different format. I'm trying to do that. Aforementioned poll added to the slop pool for variety. It was top 80. Top 100 wrestler pairwise poll. Top 80. Okay. I'll have this on standby. I'll have this on standby. This will be on the standby. 40 minutes of Twerkster mode goodness, a phrase that's never been said ever. The funky fungus is back with a vengeance. Does Triple H still book himself for 30-plus minute-long epics? No, if Triple H got in a wrestling ring again to compete, he'd die. His heart would explode if he attempted to. To the point they can't even really use it for an angle. Because for a while there, I thought, man, this whole thing would feel really good if Owens, like, gave Triple H a pile driver on the stage or something. Really sell him being a psycho. He should get back in the ring one more match. Triple H and Phillip Brooks in a triple threat match with the ghost of New Jack. I like this Force Ghost wrestler thing we've got going on. Steroids have completely destroyed my heart. I have glass bones and paper skin. Not fond of Paul Levesque. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. I'm not a fan. King of Kings fucks, though. Dude, I would have Lemmy, like, singing the wrong lyrics to the game on every single one of these streams if I could get away with it. That's just not happening, man. It's a goddamn shame. Just terrible. It's completely horrible for us all. You know what I mean? What's the alternate wrestling history if he stayed with China? Well, she'd be alive, for one. And Triple H probably would have stayed in the mid-card for most of his, like, career. If Anakin can become a Force Ghost, then Benoit can. We're all going to hell one of these days for those jokes. I want you to know that. Ugh. I'm reaching for the fridge. I've pulled out half a 2-liter of Diet A&W. For the life of me, I cannot find mug anywhere. Delightful. Will we consume the slop? I think we should consume the slop and get excited for more slop. Anything else you want me to rant about before we get to slop? Slop's not great, but it's a sloppening any less. Should we commence slop? I believe it may be time to commence slop, Chathany. It may, in fact, be time for the slop to begin again. The time may be now for the great slop job of 2025. Lemmy must have been starving when he sung the game at WrestleMania. Catering just wasn't there that day, huh? Just talking about dinner and steak. We have fun. All right, window capture. Okay. First, from internet historian, green text short, OP is the world's greatest hacker
And now, a true story from OP. Be me. World's greatest hacker. Number
It's
one
him.
on FBI's most wanted list. But they can't track me down because I always delete my browser history. Just got done hacking the entire internet.
You know, I've stopped doing that
Now
since
every
I've had
user
my
in
own
the world
proper
gets
computer.
redirected to blackpeoplemeet.com. One of my hacker bros messages me on AIM, tells me that 420 elite hacks or 420
I like your little
my
penguin.
number one hacker bro has been arrested. They were able to backtrace his IP because he forgot to browse in incognito mode. Word on the street is, he's already ratted me out.
Tell me what you know or I'm arresting you for that little business you just started.
Look out the window. FBI helicopters.
I miss
circling over
Pepe
me.
memes, chat.
Those
I miss
bastards don't know who they're dealing with.
Rather
Open
dearly,
up
in
Internet
fact.
Explorer. Get redirected to blackpeoplemeet.com. Yeah, I forgot about that. Run disable blackpeoplemeet.exe. Now it's time for some world-class hacking.
Internet historian really got taken out by H-Bomber guy. Apparently, he said something in a more recent video after that happened.
Right-hand corner of
He said something to the effect
It
of
looks like you're trying to hack the FBI.
making light reference to it and then saying, what does this have to do with
Maybe not
anything?
So bad after all. Now that I'm
And then he just moves on to the next subject.
FBI.gov/hack/helicopters. Congratulations, hacker. You now have full control of the FBI's helicopters. What would you like them to do?
I don't know if that's how that works,
A, turn
man.
left. B, turn right. C, descend. D, descend. E, explode. Go with option E. Boom, baby. Flaming helicopters fall from the sky.
I think you may be full of shit, Anon. Chat, do you say Anon or Anon? I used to say Anon, and then I just started saying Anon for no reason. Is there a proper pronunciation there that I've just missed out on? Anon? Anon. Anon? We have conflicting information. Next. Also, internet historian, green text, Ryan Gosling at the grocery. Is this gonna be that one? A nun. A nun.
I saw Ryan Gosling at the grocery store in Los Angeles yesterday.
Is this gonna be that one copy
I told
pasta?
him how cool it was to meet him, but I didn't want to be a douchebag and bother him. Or ask
Yeah, I
him
feel
for
like it's gonna be
photos or
that
anything.
one.
But then he said, "Oh, like you're doing now?"
My favorite version of this is David Cage.
And all I could say was, "Huh?" But he kept cutting me off and going, "Huh? Huh? Huh?" and closing his hand shut in front of my face. I walked away, and I continued with my shopping,
Beppis.
and I heard him chuckle as I walked off. When I came to pay for my stuff up front, I saw him trying to walk out the door with like 15 Milky Ways in his hands without paying.
Why
the girl at the
Milky
counter was very
Ways?
nice about it and
Ugh.
professional. I was like, "Sir, you need to pay for those first." At first he kept pretending to be tired and not hear her, but eventually he turned back around and brought them to the counter. And then, when she took one of the bars and started scanning it multiple times, he stopped her and told her to scan them each individually to prevent electrical interference.
It's the same goddamn
And then
thing.
turned around and winked at me. I don't even think that's a word. After she scanned each bar and put them into a bag and started to say the price, he kept interrupting her by yawning really loudly.
That'll be 12. Sir?
A classic bit. Shakespearean in its nature. I believe it. It's always the ones you least expect, kids. Never trust them celebrities. Next. Brave Wilderness crazy alligator snapping turtle bite.
Of launching
Drop
drag
it into
sales,
the
I had a
water
website.
like a frisbee.
Domain.com is
That's what
the
you
place to
gotta
go when
do.
the next great idea hits you. It's one-stop shopping for all your domain
Snapping
name and
turtle
web hosting
almost bit
needs.
off his
Because
thumb.
you want Dragon Tales, you can get
Almost is not
20%
quite
off new
there.
domains, web hosting, and email by
Next. The Fat Files. Coke's secret recipe is the world's biggest psyop.
You know it's going to be a good video when I am legitimately worried about getting sued. Today we're talking about the biggest, most successful psyop of all time when a Confederate colonel
Is gonna
got
die
wounded
doing
on
his
the
one
battlefield,
day,
got addicted
and
to
unlike
morphine,
Steve
so in
Irwin, no
order
one
to
is gonna
overcome
be
his morphine
surprised.
addiction,
Yeah.
created a new medication
Matto even
made
here
out
for
of
this?
wine,
Unlikely.
caffeine, and cocaine that he would later market as a soft drink that would become the most popular soda of all time, Coca-Cola. I can feel the cease and desist already, but we're going
Is
to get into
Cola?
it right after
Is
one from
Coke
our
the most
sponsor.
popular soda brand of all time?
Me.
Coca-Cola specifically? Is it? Does that track?
I mean, it's cute. You've been watching way too much Hell on Wheels, though.
Well, I like their style, and I like the way they dress. I actually got you this hat,
I'd say so.
so you can come follow me.
What is happening right now?
They sell it everywhere. I thought Pepsi would have overtaken it at some point. I guess it's been around like a lot longer. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
I'll be back in a fortnight.
I figured for like soda type, I thought root beer would be the most popular. Just in general, like broadly.
Data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information. These data brokers are legally required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has
Never ask a white supremacist the race of his wife.
Not only do they go and they get all that information taken down, they continue to monitor all these.
Never ask a Stormcloak the race of his wife.
And then they tell them to quit selling it again. Buh, you can actually do all that yourself. Buh. I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your own house and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes more cost and time effective to just let the professionals do their job. And plus, they'll probably
That's what they're there for, yeah.
to begin with. I mean, here's the results they got for me. They reviewed.
Speaking of Chathany, the potatoes are coming along in the back.
And gotten over 3,000
just a little bit.
Removed almost every
just a smidge.
Month. And to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how long that would have taken me to do it if I decided to do it myself, but I'm 100% sure I would rather just pay Delete Me like $6 a month to do it for me. So if you're like me and you wanted to give Delete Me a try, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins with John Pemberton, a man that received his medical degree at the age of
about to start the Martian
diet. Go on to be a colonel in the Civil War.
We're playing RimWorld in real life, kids.
Columbus, and subsequently get
start growing your goddamn strawberries.
John realized that being addicted to morphine was not ideal, so he needed to find an alternative, and the one thing he found that worked was a cola wine called Vin Mariani. Now, coca wine at this point in time was.
What do you guys even want season 3 of RimWorld to be?
Wine mixed with coca leaves, and coca leaves is what you.
Because the first season was just the first season, and then the second season was Westworld, effectively.
Well, Vin Mariani
it was mostly limited to Old World tech.
2 milligrams of cocaine
kind of.
per fluid ounce, and a bottle was about 25 ounces for about a total of 100.
Should I just do the DLC, the new one that came out, the one that's like all Eldridge and shit?
Why don't you explain this to me? Like
or should I do like?
Again, milligrams. Not.
We're in Star Wars now.
How much yayo
something to that effect.
Inside the wine, so I'll put it to you this way: the devil's dandruff is not just an illegal street drug. It
Chat, what if we run like a Sith Lord colony?
Industry for certain medical procedures.
You want to run like a Sith Lord colony?
Procedures, the maximum dose that you should
do Project Zomboid.
160 milligrams.
I've never played Project Zomboid. I don't think that'd go over well.
30 to 70 milligrams. So it's safe to say they're putting a lot of Peruvian marching powder inside of the wine. And this apparently helped John Pemberton with his morphine addiction for obvious reasons.
So you may want to ask your doctor about.
Do we do like?
So after a while, John is like, you know what?
What if we do like a separatist campaign?
An even better version. You know what?
Chat, do you want to build droids in a factory?
Will not make
for less than minimum wage?
A chemically pure and stable product that performs as advertised.
So he essentially makes a knockoff of Vin Mariani's coca wine and then adds cola nuts to get caffeine in there as well. And his recipe has about 40 milligrams of caffeine and about 9 milligrams of nose beer. Coca leaves, coca, cola nuts, cola. This is where we get.
Are Thief and Mentos paycheck still in that giant safe? Yes.
So he brings Coca-Cola.
Unfortunately, the safe was eaten by the rats, along with cheeses.
Within a matter of months, the county that he resides in, Fulton County out of Atlanta.
The chat room is discussing everything except that electrician. Yeah, that's the intended experience.
Inside of Coca-Cola, so he has to switch over and change.
Droids are objectively the funniest mooks from Star Wars.
And adding carbonated water makes the entire thing taste like.
They got their asses beat by Jar Jar.
So he adds a shit ton of sugar.
More.
Men in Black, my beloved film.
Starts selling that as an
underrated
medication to treat.
You know, Chathany, I've always wanted a Men in Black game that's made in the vein of like LA Noire. I feel like that'd be great.
And then he is diagnosed with an aggressive form of stomach.
Can I be a B2 battle droid? No, Snack, you're already made in the character created.
That his son does not want to take over the family business, so he sells it to a local Atlanta pharmacist by the name of Asa Chandler for approximately.
I can let you have a pet B2 battle droid.
$10,000 today.
Damn good deal.
Now, when Asa takes over the company,
you want to have like a B2 battle droid follow you around?
That's why it was sold for such a low price. But he gets to.
You can name him something funny like Herschel.
He reaches out to all of his pharmacist buddies, gets the names and addresses of every single person that's getting
put Coke
type of medication,
back in the cola. Ethan Ralph will get his arm stuck in a vending machine
of Coca-Cola, and he does this in the hope that it would bring about a new wave of lifelong.
One of these days, we're not going to have to hear from him ever again.
Him operating on blind.
Game like LA Noire, but modern and made by roughly the same people in the same series, but I'm never getting that either. I'd be fine with a direct sequel to LA Noire. are, I'll be honest.
Cocaine-laced sugar water. So obviously that went great, got a whole
He
new wave
can't
of customers.
get
At
away
which point
with
he
it,
realizes,
man.
you know what? I'm going to quit
He
marketing this as an
can't.
over-the-counter medication, and I'm going to start marketing it as like a daily soft drink that anybody can drink just whenever they want as a refreshment. You know, a little pick-me-up.
A little bump.
Now, to be fair, this is not unique. There's like 50 other products on the shelf at this point in time, all basically the same exact thing. The difference is Asa Chandler decides that he's going to take a bunch of his
Also,
profits
Pepsi
and he's
tastes
gonna
sweeter.
use that in
Like a
marketing.
little
There's
bit. It's
banners,
faint, but it's
billboards,
noticeable.
Magazine ads, they're all over the
That
place.
clip of
And then,
Ethan
since
getting
it's now a
beaten in the
soft
streets
drink,
and his
not a
stomach is just
medication, he
out
doesn't
there.
actually have to market all
I
the
wish I
ingredients in his
didn't.
product, and he just kind of like conglomerates all of the secret recipe and labels it as Merchandise 7X, and it becomes Coca-Cola's secret recipe, which also helps with marketing because you get to say, I have a secret recipe and nobody else is like us. Everybody wants our secret recipe.
Gelatinous fizzy. It's like walking in on Jabba the Hutt every time I see that man.
I warned you.
And in doing that, Coca-Cola becomes the name brand popular.
Not learn how to
version
develop
of
hard
all
fat
these
like
products,
Samoa
and
Joe.
That's the one that succeeds the most.
What do you
by
think
the
Samoa
1990s,
Joe would be
things were
doing
over
right
for
now if he never
Coca-Cola.
got into
In
wrestling?
1995, they revolutionized marketing by
You think
cutting
that
out the
guy's
New
like
York
running a
market
drug
known
op
as the
somewhere in like the
Coca-Cola
South
Girls.
Pacific?
Basically, they figured, you know what would go great with our party powder drink? Attractive
UFC?
females. This is one
Oh,
of the
fuck,
first
you're right.
cases of sex sells ever
Dude, that
used.
guy'd
Now,
do
to
well.
us, this seems obvious, but this is like the first time this has ever happened. So at the
When will
time,
Coke
this was
replace
like a
the
stroke
sugar
of
with the
genius that would go on to
unhealthy
become one
sweetener
of the
everyone else
standards
is
of
adding?
marketing for the rest of forever. And from
Soon
here, they
enough.
just keep going. They just keep putting more and more of their profits back into marketing. When radio becomes popular, they've got ads all over the radio. When TV becomes popular, they've got ads all over the TV. They start working with actors and famous athletes. Coca-Cola is absolutely everywhere.
Chat,
But then they experience kind of a setback.
would it
because by the
be
early 1900s, the United
more
States
or
government
less
was really,
unhealthy
really
to
cracking
replace
down
sugar
on-
with honey?
I'm running out of euphemisms
In everything
for
you
cocaine.
use sugar
nose
with.
candy. They're really cracking down on nose candy. And this, in large part, is kind of fueled by racism. There's literally a New York Times article that I'm not even going to read the title of that goes on to claim that when a black
Fiends,
man
they say.
takes cocaine, he becomes impervious to bullets. I'm not joking. Here's the article. So now Coca-Cola's got to take
No,
the bitter
man.
sugar out of the secret
That's
recipe,
crack you're
but
thinking
guess
of.
what? So does everybody else. So Coca-Cola isn't really effective.
More
and
unhealthy?
They remain the dominant actor in the soft drink arena.
I am invincible.
Samoa Joe's
So by the
government
1920s, they're
name
crushing
is?
it. They've got the
Oh,
entire market
fuck.
on lock,
What is
and they're like,
Samoa
who do we
Joe's
target
real
next?
name? I've never looked it up.
Let's target kids. If we get them hooked while they're young, while their brains are still malleable and squishy, we'll have lifelong customers. So,
New
by the 1920s,
fellow
they started associating
son
themselves
Noah.
with Santa Claus. Now, fast
Dude,
forward,
I
like
thought- I
20
was gonna
years, all
say
the kids that
something
grew up
like
on Coca-Cola and Santa Claus are
Joseph
now getting
Smith
involved in
or
World War II
something.
and have to get shipped off to war. And
His
at this
name's
point in time,
Newfallow?
Coca-Cola is all over the planet, including Germany.
Newfellow?
Coca-Cola is
Newfallow?
literally Adolf
Newfellow.
Hitler's favorite drink
Huh.
at this point in time. But after
Joseph
Pearl Harbor and Germany
Samoan.
declares war on the United States
Yo, it's
of
Maui
America,
Mike,
obviously
my
America
guy.
is no longer going to be doing trade with Nazi
Hawaii
Germany,
Hank.
so Germany can no longer get Coca-Cola. I don't know what you're thinking. If there's already Coca-Cola plants in Germany, why can't Germany just seize the Coca-Cola plants and continue making their own version of Coca-Cola? Well, because the way this works is the raw condensed syrup that makes up Coca-Cola when added with carbonated water is all made in the United States, and then it is shipped all over the world to bottling plants where they mix it with the carbonated water and bottle it. So they actually don't know how to make the concentrated syrup because it's a secret recipe. So once they cut off the supply of concentrated syrup, they can no longer
Just
make
fuck around
Coca-Cola.
with it. You'll
So the
figure it out
bottling plants in
eventually.
Germany need to come up with their own version of Coca-Cola, and they don't know what they're doing, so they just start using a bunch of food waste, like extra fiber and stuff left over from fruit, and they end up making a fruitier version of Coca-Cola that ends up being called Fanta, and this is where Fanta comes from. Now, back on the American front, they're starting to ration things, and one of the biggest things that gets rationed
When was the last
is
time you
sugar.
saw
So
a
Coca-Cola
non-fruit
ends up,
taste
paying
flavor
a bunch of
of
politicians,
Fanta
and then
anywhere?
going over to these rationing boards and are like, hey, Coca-Cola is essential. You can't
Ori
cut
bot,
our
rate the
sugar
trend of
ration.
pro
And
wrestlers
thanks to
competing in
paying off
actual combat
politicians
sports and
also everybody
dominating.
loving Coca-Cola at this point in
CM
time,
Punk
the government
notwithstanding,
agrees, so
yes, it's a very
Coca-Cola
good
is
one.
allowed to keep putting just as much sugar into their drink as
Really,
they always have,
like,
and most
lended
other
a lot
brands
of
are forced to
credence
cut back on the sugar, making Coca-Cola
to the
by far
characters
and
of
away
like Brock
the best soda
Lesnar and Bobby
around.
Lashley. And I believe Batista as well.
They're not riding the white horse anymore.
And then Coca-Cola has a stroke of genius. I don't know if they intended it to work out
Hitler
this
was
way,
responsible
but it
for
did.
Fanta.
They basically
And
come out
Volkswagen.
say, hey, we support the American troops, we're going to guarantee that any American service member, no matter where they are in the world, can get themselves a cold Coca-Cola for the same 5 cents. We are literally willing to lose money on every single soda if it means getting these guys a taste of home. Now, Coca-Cola is supporting the troops. The American
UFC heavyweights of all time. Damn right.
Coca-Cola approaches the government and is like, hey, it's getting awfully
Hugo
expensive.
Boss, Adidas, and Puma as well. So true.
The Pacific Theater and the European Theater. How would you guys feel about helping fund us build some more bottling plants out in more remote locations? So the U.S. government and taxpayers essentially fund the building of 65 Coca-Cola bottling plants all over the world. Now, this does several things. A, it galvanizes
Chat, should I make my own soda?
Generation that they now
Is that a thing I should do?
Because it was the one thing they got to taste when they were away from
I miss
home
Ken
for
Shamrock.
4 years
A lot
fighting
of people
World War II.
do.
And two, it exposes the
Like,
rest
I've
of the
played
world
around
to
with the idea of
Coca-Cola,
making
because
my
now the
own
American
soda
troops are
since I
drinking
was
it,
like a
and they're giving
child.
it out to all these other civilians and all these other
I never
territories
nailed
that they're
down a
occupying,
proper
giving it
recipe, I
even
think.
further reach all over the planet.
I think it was
It's not
mainly
picking up
mainly
on
just
that.
like
I'm trying to tell you
corn
that
syrup and
Coca-Cola has
pixie
just convinced
sticks
the American
and like
taxpayer
carbonated
to
water.
fund their global expansion, while the United States military turns into the biggest
Focus
sales
on the
force
pizza
on
shop
the
and have
planet.
your own
Though
soda
World
in
War
it,
II
2 in
ends,
1. You're not
Coca-Cola
wrong.
resumes control of all the bottling plants that were captured by Nazi Germany, and now they have a new popular soda known as Fanta. On top of that, they're more popular
Pixie
than
Sticks
ever. They are
Kino.
galvanized with the greatest generation because
Trying to make a
Coca-Cola was the
chocolate beer
official
ones?
soda of World
How did
War
that
II.
go?
Time passes by the 1950s, 1960s.
I can only imagine how well that must have gone.
Maybe drinking caffeinated sugar water is bad for you if you're drinking 12 of these things a day. So Coca-Cola wants to
Kazushi
kind of pivot a little bit. It's like,
Sakuraba
okay, well, we should get into the
is a
healthier
Japanese
food
professional
line,
wrestler
but something healthy.
known
Fruit juice,
as the
like
Gracie
that super
Killer
popular
due to his
brand
wins
was
over
developed in
4
World War
members
II
of the
help
famed
soldiers
Gracie
get vitamin
family,
C.
pioneers
Minute Maid.
of
They buy out
Brazilian
Minute Maid, and
Jiu-Jitsu.
now they own that too. And this is where the psyop really begins, because as time passes, it becomes more and more apparent that
How do they
soda
always do
actually
so
is not
well?
that healthy for you.
I don't
because
want
of
the
that,
Ori
rules of how
soda
you're allowed
to
market
end
what
up
you're allowed
the
to
way
say
of
get
Prime.
more and more strict, particularly in marketing to children. So Coca-Cola's like, fuck
Shitty
it, I'm gonna
meme
find a
material?
loophole.
I
We're
feel
just
like that's
gonna
my
spend
entire brand.
$750 million, and we're gonna buy out
Found a
Columbia
singular can of
Pictures
soda that's
in
meant to taste like a blue
1982. And then all
slushy.
the movies that come
Thought
out
it was a
this
kid's
major
drink
production
until I see
studio
the
are all gonna
5%
feature
alcohol label on the
Coca-Cola and
can.
subliminal advertisements.
They
Okay, you
always
think
have
it's a
to hide the
coincidence
flavor
that
to get you
Ralph
extra
Macchio was
blitzed.
drinking Minute Maid at breakfast with his mom, and then when he's training in the kitchen with Mr. Miyagi, he's drinking an ice cold Sprite, also a Coca-Cola product? Absolutely not. It's actually documented that Ralph Macchio was
700
mad at how much
grams of
product
sugar and
placement
8
Coca-Cola
ounces
was
of
making him
pride.
do in that movie, so he tried to conceal the fact that he was drinking a Sprite.
Man's trying to
and
get
Coca-Cola
diabetes
in the
tonight.
studio made
Shit.
him refilm that scene and show the Sprite for a certain amount of time in that particular scene. You think it was a coincidence that Ghostbusters and Coca-Cola marketed so hard together that if you drank enough Coca-Cola, you could literally win the Ghostbusters mobile?
I remember the
Absolutely
Diet
not.
Coke
The
commercial they
entire
made for the second
thing, all of the
Batman
movies
film
that
Tim
came out
Burton
in the
did.
1980s
I remember that one.
out of Columbia Pictures was one giant psyop to get you to drink Coca-Cola. It was so well known in Hollywood that Clint Eastwood refused to have any Coca-Cola products in any of his movies because he was mad that they cast Ralph Macchio as the Karate Kid and not
They tried
his
to
son.
market Prime as healthy Gatorade. Insanity.
Idiots.
And the marketing doesn't just stop there, right? They are targeting kids all over the place. Officially, according to their policy, they don't market to anybody under the age of 13, which you can make an argument for with movies. However, I don't think you can really make an argument for that when you're putting your branding on a bunch of toys all over the toy section, right? They're on trucks, they're on Barbie dolls, they've got game cell phone apps. They're
It's a hell of a
sponsoring kids'
brand,
sports
isn't it?
Teams. They're all over amusement parks. They're
Never
absolutely
purchase
everywhere.
YouTube products?
This psyop is
Never.
so
Don't
effective,
do it.
Literally changed the global perception of
Chat, you
polar
wanna buy a
bears. Okay,
shirt?
polar bears
You wanna
are
buy a
not
shirt with
friendly
me on
party
it?
animals that run
Is that
around
something
the
you
market
want?
chugging Coca-Cola.
You want a shirt?
Polar bears are one of the
You want
most
like a hat?
dangerous apex predators on the planet and one of the only animals known to actively hunt people.
Primordial
You're exaggerating. It's not
orchard
that big of a
mold
deal. No,
growing
I'm not, and I
in
can
Mr.
prove it,
Beast
okay? Because by the
Lunchables.
1980s, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were like
How do
at
you
the pinnacle
fuck
of their
up making a
competition. They just had the
Lunchables
race to the
knockoff?
bottom to see who could offer
It's like the most simple thing in the world. How did they fuck it up? I don't get it.
Because they had a meeting behind closed doors, allegedly, and after that meeting, they both decided to take their products back to the normal price and just compete with normal marketing tactics. And what Pepsi did is they had the brilliant idea that they were just going to compete on taste. What they did is they had a bunch of blind taste test studies, and those studies showed that when you didn't know what the branding was, more people preferred Pepsi than any other flavor. Coca-Cola
right.
immediately fired back saying that's not true, that's a lie. They then conducted their own blind taste test studies.
How many
and holy
YouTubers does
shit,
it take to
that
make a
wasn't lie.
Lunchable?
People actually
Apparently not
preferred
enough.
The taste of Pepsi.
Skip.
So Coca-Cola went ahead.
How
and
much
developed
longer
a
is
new
this?
flavor that outcompeted the original Coca-Cola.
Yeah, like
and
5
Pepsi
minutes
in the
left.
blind taste test trials, and then they launched the new Coke. And when Coca-Cola discontinued
No
the
one
original
liked
Coke
new
and had
Coke.
their new flavor of Coke come out that was supposed to be better in every single way,
No one
were
liked new Coke when it
absolutely
came out.
fucking pissed. The
Yeah.
psyop was so effective over generations that it had convinced people that Coca-Cola wasn't just a
Needs to be an
product that could
embargo on
improved upon.
OB
No,
Squire Smith,
Coca-Cola
perhaps.
was Coca-Cola. It was a fixture in the American community. It was literally like a
Mento
family
isn't here for
relative,
his
and you can't mess
chosen
with it,
slop
okay? It would
watch.
be like if a scientist was like, hey, you know your cousin Jimmy? Great news. I've invented a new
Do we have
Jimmy
another
that's
fat
better in
electrician
every way.
video
And we're
after
like,
this?
That's great. But where the
No.
fuck is Jimmy? That motherfucker's not Jimmy.
I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
So Coca-Cola just takes an absolute beating in the marketplace, okay? People are furious that they've changed Coca-Cola. So eventually they revert back, and it's a huge PR thing. Like, they finally brought Coca-Cola back, and their sales absolutely skyrocket. Which almost makes you wonder if the entire thing was planned. And if it was, it
Makes
would
you
be the
wonder, right?
greatest marketing ploy of all time, but we can't prove that. But what it does prove is that Coca-Cola's marketing psyop over the course of generations was so outrageously effective that they could literally give the customer a better product in every way for the exact same price. And not only would the customers still prefer the original Coca-Cola, they would demand it. And you can see it again with the secret recipe. The secret recipe is not secret. It's literally on Wikipedia. Yet Coca-Cola still has this like fancy ass vault with a palm scanner and an eye reader and like smoke and red lights and mist showing off where they hide the secret recipe. Everybody knows what the secret recipe is. All you got to do is Google it. It's right there for the taking, but nobody cares because it's still Coca-Cola. You could literally open up your own soda shop today with the exact same product as Coca-Cola, and guess what? Nobody's going to drink your shit because you're not Coca-Cola. You're not Cousin Jimmy. You're not a member of the family. You haven't been psyoped into existence for the last 4 generations. Also, that's not true. You can't just recreate Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola has an exclusive deal with the Stefan Company, which is the only company allowed by the DEA to import coca leaves and de-cocainify them. So you wouldn't be allowed to get de-cocained coca leaves to put in your drink anyways. But my point still stands. Even if we lived
What
in
if I keep the
magical
Coke
fairy tale
in?
land where you could get the coca leaves and you could somehow make the exact same product and somehow magically sell it for the exact same price despite Coca-Cola's overwhelming manufacturing and distribution capabilities.
Some
you would
off-brand
still
Cokes,
fail
some of them are
outrageously
good.
for no reason other than the fact
I
you're
like
not
RC
Coca-Cola
Cola a
because
fair
they
bit.
have
I just
the
can't
greatest
find it for the
psyop
life of me.
all time on their side, and they will always win because of it. And we know this because there have been multiple times throughout history, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, there's always
60
somebody
million
coming
years selling
forward saying,
cocaine from the
"We
leaves to
found
the
Coke's
government."
secret recipe in some old document that
I'm
we
sure
found in an
all of
auction
it goes
house,
to the
blah, blah, blah,
Coke.
blah." And every single
I'm
time
sure all of it
Coca-Cola
goes to
just
the
comes out and says,
Coca-Cola.
"That's not the secret recipe."
And not directly into a politician's nostrils.
Is it the recipe that
Love
makes
that
up
movie.
Coca-Cola? Yeah, it absolutely is. But
You know,
it's
Chathany,
not the secret recipe.
I
because
like-
the secret recipe is not the chemicals and the
I
oils
like
and the
Emperor's
coca
New
leaves
Groove
that
a fair
Coca-Cola
bit.
puts
I would
inside of
really
their
like to
drink.
know
The
what
secret
Kingdom of the
recipe
Sun
is
was
the
going to be.
marketing itself. The marketing
I'd really
that has
like
gone
to
on
know.
for generations and was so outrageously effective.
Have
that
like
it went
3
from
liters of
marketing
RC
into a
Cola?
psychological
Give it to me!
operation. That is the secret recipe of Coca-Cola, not the ingredients inside of it. And you want to know who knows this?
Best one is Red
Pepsi
Cola,
knows this,
which
because
comes
there was
from
a
Bar, the
disgruntled
same company that
Coca-Cola
made
employee
Iron
that got
Brew.
a hold of executives over at Pepsi and offered to sell them Coca-Cola's secret
Haven't heard
recipe.
Iron
but
Brew in a hot
Pepsi
minute.
realizes that it's not what makes up
Are you ready for
Coca-Cola.
live
It's
action Emperor's New
Coca-Cola's
Groove?
marketing and psyop itself that is the secret recipe. So instead of trying to buy the ingredients,
Who do you think's gonna play Cusco in the inevitable live action Emperor's New Groove? Who do you think they got? Sure as shit ain't gonna be David Spade.
So yeah,
Starring
in
Tom
conclusion,
Holland,
Coca-Cola
I will
has the most
actually
successful
jump off
marketing
a
of all time.
bridge.
I don't know where the line is that separates marketing and
I will
psychological operation,
actually
but I feel
jump off a
fairly certain
bridge
in saying
if I see
Coca-Cola
Tom
passed
Holland
it a
dressed
while
as
ago.
Kuzco.
Coca-Cola's marketing is so good, they literally took a Confederate colonel's recipe for his medication to help him overcome his morphine addiction and
Ezra
turned it into the most
Miller.
recognizable beverage and one of the most recognizable brands, period, on the planet. Branding that was so successful that
Starring
it
Tom
transcended
Holland
being
and
a
Pedro
product and it became
Pascal
its own entity,
as
meaning
Pasha.
that if you were to actually try to change it, you would
Oh,
be
life is
fundamentally
terrible.
changing
Life is
what
awful.
that product itself was. And in that, there's never been a better demonstration of how overwhelmingly effective just marketing can be. Marketing can be so effective.
Is Eartha
that it
Kitt still
is
alive?
the
Eartha
secret
Kitt's dead,
recipe.
right?
Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel.
You can't
is
just
buy
go
some
get
merch
Eartha Kitt
over
to be-
thefatelectrician.com.
to be,
Quack, bang,
right?
All right, time to start the stopwatch and see how long it takes for me to get a cease and desist.
What an eventful and informational watch that was. Next! Green text animation. Anon works it. Full version. 4chan green text animations.
I got hired by my dad to do IT. I know very little about IT besides games. These are
Chick
my
who played
IT
Wonder Woman will
stories.
play her. Wasn't she
The first
already
day,
the evil queen in
woman
the Snow
asked me
White
if I can
movie no
install
one
the
watched?
latest version of Adobe Reader. Yeah, I got this. DL like a boss. Wow, you're like a computer expert. Well, you know. Asked to input admin credentials. Forget admin credentials. Try admin password. Nope. .jpeg. Oh crap, something's going on with the server. Be right back.
Happens to the best
2
of
minutes
us,
later,
man.
She still doesn't have Adobe Reader. B day 2.
Not too fond of this
Angry guy on
voiceover.
the phone
I vastly
asking me about
prefer
some
the
weird
AI to
in-house
speaking. The
program.
text-to-speech voice
Have
is much
no
better.
idea what the f he's saying. There's
I
a
like the
pause.
text-to-speech voice.
He's waiting for an answer.
It adds a lot of
Feedback
character.
to the IT crowd. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Like restarting? Give me a sec. It worked.
How long is this?
Day 3.
27
Hot
minutes
sales
and
rep comes in with
28
laptop
seconds.
Issues. She's 9 out of 10 cougar.
That's not a good one.
All flirty with me. Tells me she needs something updated. Can only hear her boobs.
Skip. Skip.
Her laptop smells like strawberries.
Are we voting on
Download Adobe
skip?
Reader for her
Is that a
and
thing
hand it
we're
back.
doing?
Day 4.
If it
Figure out
isn't
how
good
to
at
turn
the
off
6-minute point, then
When
skip.
people start asking for help, go into server room, turn off servers, come out oblivious
touch.
and start downloading Adobe Reader. Eventually people start screaming, "The site's down! The site's down!" I'm on it. Run back to the server room, play Hotline Miami in the back for a few hours,
As you do.
turn server back on near end of day, come out server room, wipe brow from face. I did it. People are singing my praises saying I saved the day. Really just saved the girlfriend in HM. Day 5. Run into Cougar at coffee machine. Ask her how things are going, just a general statement. Instantly thinks I'm talking shop. Starts telling me all the shit's wrong with her computer. She doesn't see me as a human, she sees me as an IT. Tell her to drop off her laptop. She does.
Why is
I
it
upgrade
pink?
her IE. Download Adobe Reader. Restart the machine. Everything's fucking working. Run it back to her. Fix my hair. Check my breath. Act like I saved the day. She's in her office on the phone. She motions to put on her desk. I do. Kind of linger. Is that everything, hun? Leave. Hear her say, "Oh, it was just IT." Just IT. That's
Wow,
all
what a
I am
bitch.
now. Day 6. Really bored. Decide to download a Game Boy emulator and play some Pokemon. The web filter's blocking it, so I turn it off. The whole thing, I don't know, just whitelists it. I turn it all off. Get to emulator site, but now I need to turn off antivirus. Use the admin, which I now know to do it. End up turning off the whole antivirus settings on the server. Download my emulator and ROM. Play my game. Guy comes into my office. I think I caught a virus. Me?
What were you
gotta
looking
catch 'em
at that
all.
would have even gotten you a
By
virus?
the time I'm facing Misty 4, people have viruses. Day 7. Same guy that was yelling at me day 2 is yelling at me. He can't remotely log in just as I am about to leave to go home. Try turning it off, then on again, then call me back. Go home. Day 8. Guy called from day 7 calls back. He's pissed. Tells me he lost a client because of my stupidity. Shit happens, man. I lost to Team Rocket like 10 minutes ago. What the f*** are you talking about? Click.
Who loses to Team Rocket?
Day 9. One of the printers is out of toner. Some fat guy tells me to change it. It's a toner, man. Can't you change it? I'm working on this huge issue with the server. Was really downloading Steam.
Good
It'll
man.
take a second. God, I have much more important stuff to do. That's why you're here. Sigh and go do it. Can't
Someone who
figure
didn't
out how to
write.
open the cartridge door. Start hitting it like I do in Zoolander. Tell the poor mentally challenged guy in the mailroom I have a special job for him. He has to hide the magic egg in the chest of Hewlett-Packard. Go back to my server business. Half an hour later, the fat guy comes into my office. What the f*** did you do to the printer? Change the toner. He just starts shaking his head and muttering shit. We walk
People
over
pretending they're too busy to do stuff.
The mailroom
Yeah,
guy jammed the cartridge in the wrong way and actually lodged it in there so half of it is sticking out. The door can't even close. There's black handprints all over the printer too.
This may have been a bad
Can't feel
plan.
the guy judging me, so I just spew bullshit. Looks to be a problem with the network. The printer was down for over a month before I figured out we have a printer guy on call. Day 10. Have to set up a projector in the boardroom. Can't find a
Think you get
Thunderbolt
fired
or
if you download
HDMI
Steam or
cable to
emulators
hook it
into a
up.
work laptop?
Too lazy
Yeah,
to go to
probably.
the store. Don't even have a corporate card either. Tell the people needing the projector that there's a compatibility issue with MacBooks. They use some guy's Dell book. The files from the Mac end up not running on the Dell book.
God damn
Call
it.
me in mid-meeting. All these business people staring at me as I am randomly clicking folders as fast as possible to look like I'm a pro. Download Adobe Reader. Double-click files. Works. Thanks, Anon. You saved me. Day 11. There's a new hire. No one told me anything. Get screamed at that there is no computer for this new person. Going back to see if we have any spares.
Why is it the
There's
IT's
a few, but there's also
job
some really
to
old
get a
PCs
computer
from,
for
like,
a
the
guy?
early 90s. Boot it up. Works. Set up new person. Everything lags. You open Adobe Reader. Massive lag. Send out the computer. It's the best thing we've got on short notice. Get like 40 SharePoint tickets the first day from that person. He's a real stickler for help. He ends up quitting the very next week, saying he can't
Because the
work under
IT
these
are a
conditions.
slave class.
Day 12. Someone's computer
Like
crashed.
people that change your tires?
Set up computer. Remember something about profiles being saved on the network. Go back to the server room. Look at the server rack like a total idiot as I try and figure out in my head how this works. Tell the guy all his data is lost and there's nothing I can do. But my project, I have to present that to the board on Friday. Gone, man. It's gone. Play Sim Theme Park the rest of the day.
Understandable.
Day 13. Roll up to work an hour late. Whole office is in chaos. Followframe.jpg. He's here. Go into my office, open up mail. Dozens of emails like, hey, is there something wrong with the server I can't log into? Any idea why the site is down? The server's actually down. Adobe Reader can't save me now.
Thank you.
Just go back there and do what you did last time. Everyone thinks it's an easy solve. Literally shaking in the server room because I don't know what to do. Nap in the server room for entire day. People are pissed, can hear them banging on server door. We've missed deadlines. Leave at 6:30 p.m. The CFO sees me in the parking lot. He's been in a meeting all day, doesn't know about my struggles. You're still here? That's the kind of can-do attitude I like to see. Day 14. Server is down. My dad's asking questions. Everyone is pissed. Take an early lunch. Overhear some guys at the restaurant talking about buying a new modem for the office.
Oh my god.
Hailmary.jpg. Hey, sorry to bother you during your lunch, but would either of you happen to be IT? Before either of them could read me the riot act and tell me something like, how the f*** dare I? I'm IT too. I show them my hand that I scratched up crawling wire on the floor. They nod. What would you try doing if your server is completely f***? Have you tried restarting it? I go back and restart the physical machine.
It's always the least popular one, isn't it?
It works. Day 19. Some guy crashes a program, so I have to re-input the settings. Go into his cubicle mate's computer. Check settings. 2 hours later, you wrecked my computer. I want my computer back exactly how it was. I don't know what you did, but something's off. My USB drive is buzzing. What the fuck? I didn't do shit to your computer. I checked a program you open 20 times a day. Super pissed, so I go back into the server room and play Thomas Was Alone. Hear a knock on server room door. It's the cubicle mate. Hey, thanks for fixing it. Fixing what? My USB drive. I didn't do shit, lol. Oh yeah, don't mention it. Day 20. Spent entire day
Did he
cleaning
grow a
the server
mustache?
room up.
Yes, he did in fact grow a
Getting
pedo
it
stash.
all nice. Just unplugging network cables willy-nilly so I can color coordinate them. People are losing their shit. They are randomly getting kicked off. Tell people there are some issues with our ISP. I make sure to say ISP, as I have now learned by speaking in abbreviations, no matter how common, makes you sound techie.
Is that how
By
that
the
works?
end of the day, the server
Normies
rack is
not know
all
about
classy
ISP?
looking. Unfortunately, I never mapped anything, and a handful of people can't connect because their ports aren't connected to anything. Tell them the ISP will have it done ASAP and go home. Day 21. Now that the server room is all clean,
Normies
I set
don't
up
know
all
shit.
the test boxes in the back.
Huh.
8 machines in total, all connected
How
to
much
the network.
longer?
Try joining monitors all together like
Or
you
like
see
not
in cool
even
threads,
halfway
like
there.
the racing ones. Realize these are old monitors, and you can't do that. Come up with the great idea of Bitcoin mining with these boxes.
You
Set
stupid
it up
son
for
of a
the first
bitch,
half
don't
of the
do
day.
that.
After lunch, I'm mining. Terribly, but I'm mining.
2
People
times
start
speed?
complaining about server lag.
2 times speed?
Blame the lag on
2
the
times speed?
Olympics. Suggest
2
that
times
the whole
speed!
office must be streaming it. Ban the Olympics on the web filter. Office is divided. Can see the divide in my email. People who are pissed about not being
Prepare
able
to
watch
fast
the Olympics,
forward!
and the keener ones who think it's all work and no play at work. I've officially gained power though. People respect me for making this mandate. He's a real company guy. Day 22. It's birthday day. Office celebrates all the month's birthdays. Take cake. Challenge people in the office to GoldenEye. Keep saying, hey, I'm just taking a 5-minute break for some cake. Want a quick game?
You know, I never
Almost
got
out of all
anything
of
at
them.
either of
Realized
my
I did absolutely
jobs.
nothing all day but eat cake and game. No one ever noticed.
Never once.
Day 23. Cougar calls in from the road. She's having
Bastards.
trouble accessing a key app for a client on her iPad. She tells me its name. Have no idea what it is, but make sure to sound astute. Ask her if she's using Wi-Fi or 3G. How do I check? Never mind, let me check for my main core system. Google the app, but nothing comes up. Ask one of the other salespeople. Oh, it's just an infographic on our main site. Tell the hot cougar to come into the office because it's going to require me to hardcode the changes in. She drives 2 hours to come to the office so I can open up Safari and bookmark it to her iPad homepage. Day 24. People heard from the 45-year-old events planner I do house calls. Bunch of idiots are bringing in their home computers, mobile devices, anything technical for me to
You're
fix.
growing out
Tell
like
people
a
I can only
soul
do it after
patch
hours,
now,
and I charge
dude.
$20 for small stuff and $50 for large. Most of it is simple fixes. Windows updates or Adobe Reader installs fix it. But
I
then
just
again,
got Amazon
from
gift
hell.
cards,
This
which I
fat
used
Indian
to buy
guy hands
etchy
his laptop in
manga
a plastic
novels.
bag.
That's my
Not a
man.
laptop bag, a plastic
That's
one.
my boy.
What's wrong with it? You tell me, genius. Load it up, and it's asking for some system restore or something. Just hit next and OK. Fixes it, but it says I need to load CHK disk. Figure that has something to do with the CD drive. Open it up. There's a thick fucking layer of breadcrumbs in the tray.
Yeah,
Set the
that'll do
machine
it.
To its side. Motherfucking breadcrumbs just pouring out of the laptop. Restart the machine. It loads perfectly. Turns out the guy was using it as a tray for his morning bagel. Fucking toaster laptops. Day 25. Even though I'm shit at IT, one guy thinks because I'm IT, I'm super techie. He asks me what my favorite browser is. Google Ultron? Is it like Chrome? That's what I meant. Yeah, but better. It's what NASA uses. Cool. Could you download that for me? Go. Yeah, no worries. Literally start shaking the mouse back and forth so fast you can't see the cursor. Then Control-Alt-Delete into Task Manager. There you go, all done. It looks like Google Chrome, but it's really Ultron. No one else can tell. To this day, he still thinks he runs Google Ultron. Day 26. Some woman calls me over. It'll just take a sec. It's super simple. Shit. Asks me to hook her up to a new printer. She hops out of her chair and lets me sit down.
Do these
Forget how to add
people
network
do
wire.
anything
Her and her friends
themselves?
are talking right over my shoulder, staring at the screen. Is this going to take
Is this what
long?
working
I
in an
keep eating
office
while I
is
stare at the
like?
screen with one hand on my temple. Anon. I have a deadline. Is this going to? What the fuck? Both of the women are startled. There's a virus on the machine, and I just storm off like I'm pissed. Day 27. Learn about a remote access tool that the whole office uses. Decide to haunt the nice old lady from before. I randomly move the mouse for a few hours.
You wanna
She tells me the
haunt
basic tasks.
the-
She comes and asks me for a new mouse. Oblige her. Hook it up and leave. Look back at remote tool. Mouse is moving again. She opens up Word. I begin to type. Hi. No response. Hi. Hello. Who's this? It's Death. Day 28. A guy asked me to burn him a copy of a DVD for a presentation.
What the
Holy
fuck
I
is
know how to do
wrong
that.
with
Burn it for him. March back down to his office, proudly holding the DVD high in the air. Woman tries to stop me. Hey, can you? Not now. I've got IT business to attend to. Hand the guy his burned DVD. This might be one of the first things I've done right here. Tear in my eye. So proud of how far I have come. I am true IT. 5 minutes later, I get a call. Hey, yeah, there's nothing on the DVD.
Good job, dumbass.
Day 29. Give the new hire her new laptop. Nothing's set up right. Forgot to hook up her Outlook to Exchange. No worries, she did it herself. Cool.
I once
She asked
impressed
me
a girl
if I
by
had the
describing
credentials so she
applying
can
an
download the
English
social media
patch
tool.
to a Japanese
Sure. I'll have to
SNES
log in
ROM.
credentials like 3 times and get locked out. Have to unlock it from my
I
machine.
once
Can't
impressed a
figure it
girl
out.
when
I'll
I
go back
told
and
her I
do
was
my name
making a
in the
mod
office. She
for a
starts making small
video
talk.
game.
So why'd you go to school to become an IT person? She's on to me. Try logging in once more to admin account. Log out still. Yeah, you know what? I think this hot suit extension is a virus. I don't want that shit on my network. Day 30. Here's where shit starts to really hit the fan. As you know, I had set up a Bitcoin mining rig in the server room.
To suggest that young Zoomers don't understand files or search functions because they have been raised surrounded by mobile device design.
After lunch,
Not fond of mobile device design, I'll be honest.
As you know,
I've never liked it.
Our network. I'm from the lag.
Never once have I liked it.
We want you to head up the investigation and find out who's doing this and why. Roll on the floor laughing. I am the dirty cop in the force who's tasked with finding the dirty cop. I'm the law.
Impress someone when I opened up a zip file for them.
It's like dusting for
It's at the
fingerprints.
point
No
they
one's
don't know how to open a zip.
Show this one middle-aged guy with a beard how to use a web app. Go to favorite it for him and put it on the
Jesus.
toolbar. Notice all his favorites. Big titty housewife, pajama butts, Mexican girl on bus. Mouse over them as I mouth read them. He starts freaking out. Begs me not to tell. Why shouldn't I? I'll buy you lunch. Got 10 chicken nuggets.
I could go for lunch.
Day 32.
I could
some
go
reason,
for
the
like a
entire office is having
sandwich.
to fill in a captcha every time they Google anything. Have no idea why this is happening. Google Ultron guy asked me if this has
You're
to do with
on
virus,
like
maybe it should be back in
the circle
First,
beard
always
goatee,
back in the
man.
video. He nods to my tech savvy. Second, it's a security measure I put in place. There are robots afoot. He nods again like my word is law. Day 33. Ultron guy blabs and tells everyone about Google Ultron. Now everyone in the office has a SharePoint ticket asking for it to be installed. A few of the more competent people are asking me what the Google Ultron is. I just give them the finger guns until they walk away. Oh! Have to spend an entire day going from desktop to desktop pretending to download Google Ultron. Literally spend 3 to 4 hours pretending to download software that NASA uses. One girl asks me if this is even legal. Are you a cop? She reports me to HR for a criminal-like behavior. Have already explained to HR what Google Ultron is. HR thinks it's real. HR thinks NASA uses it. HR tells the narc to stop interfering with important technological matters because the narc doesn't know anything about IT like me.
Does meant to realize Fork
like
also
me.
doesn't like his
Day 34.
submission.
Been playing Portal 2 all day in the office. Haven't heard so much as a complaint. Haven't had to update Adobe Reader or Adobe Flash all day.
That's harsh.
Something's not right. No one said shit about it. Poke my head out of the office. Everyone's heads down, just typing away. Starting to get worried. Ask a guy how his computer is working.
This is Ultron's origin.
What the f? Do a quick Google search on Google Chrome. Supposedly automatically downloads the most up-to-date versions of Adobe. Oh my god.
Hank
If I don't have Adobe Reader, I'm fucking out of a job. Send out mass
I know you
Petition.
worked in
Do not open Google Ultron and have
IT.
been hacked. Spend the rest of the day uninstalling and making IE the default browser. Day 35. People are becoming restless with the hacker virus stuff. They wonder why I haven't solved the case yet. Some even believe it's not a hacktivist group like I've been hinting. We're not just dealing with amateurs here, we're dealing with the best. And that's why I need to update your antivirus scanner. Just to strike the fear into people, I covertly turn on the computer of a person who's sick and stationed right in the middle of one of the larger areas. Turn off her monitor, put speakers full, then go back to office and remote in. Play Wham's Jitterbug at 3-second intervals throughout the day.
Big fan of
People are
Jitterbug.
coming to my office to report this. I nod. It's worse than I thought. What? What is
The
it?
snack
It's the Jitterbug
realized
game.
that I
One of the
already
best
know,
hackers.
but I know
I've
he
never heard of
doesn't
it.
like
That's why
snack
they're
in
the best.
Vinyl Zone.
Day 36.
That's
Chat
harsh,
messages.
man.
Local police called. Fuck. Need to speak with me since I'm IT about recent hacks in our organization. Delete message. Cougar comes into the office. Asks if I can adjust her desktop so the wallpaper changes every couple of minutes. Sure. Head over there with her. She tells me she's getting a divorce. Oh. Says she's actually starting to date again and it's pretty awkward. Fuck it. Wanna maybe grab a beer sometime after work? She laughs. What? I mean, why not? You're joking, right? You're IT. My eyes well up as I stare at Adobe prompts me that Reader has a new update.
Wow, what a
download this.
bitch.
Day 37. Feeling like shit today. Cougar told her sales friends that I tried asking her out. People are laughing behind my back. Can hear the whispers. Ooh, haha, IT, ooh. Want to just open up a computer and jump through the moving CPU fan. Mean sales guy who usually calls, yeah, that one, stops by the office. My laptop's not working. I trudge over to his desk with him. Hit the power button for a reset. Don't say anything and just walk away. If that's all you ever do, why do we need you? Turn around. What? If you only ever just restart my computer, why are we paying you? I can restart my own damn computer. Grin. Have you ever repaired a server here? Do you know how hard it is to get it operational? Remember how we were down for a day and a half? He shakes his head. That's what I thought. Of course I just restarted it, lol. Day 38. Still feel like shit after the Cougar shut me down.
Man's
Besides
dying.
log one major site on the web filter every hour. Feel like the Joker doing it. First YouTube, then eBay, then Reddit. Hear the moans from people as they read my web filter note. This is a place of work, not a fun house. One woman storms into my office. This is not funny. This is serious. Why so serious? I ask her. I need you to unblock eBay. Lol, seriously. I have an auction ending in 5 minutes. Put it back on the safe list. But it was too late. She missed out on her cell phone case. Day 39. An investigator
How have
comes
you
to the
not
office.
been
The execs
fired?
were worried that we had too much to lose and wanted to
How?
bring in a professional. I'm
How is it not
Running
happening?
around the office. He keeps asking to see the server room. And this is Carol. She's right, aren't you, Carol? Doing everything I can to stall. We go back into the server room. He compliments me on how neat the cables are. Think about picking up a monitor and bashing his skull in and then running away to Mexico. Can't do it. I'm not a monster. I'm IT. The guy goes into the server. Asks me for the login info. Figure the jig is up. Give it to him. He logs in. Opens up IE. Looks over his shoulder at me. You don't need to be here. It's fine. I need to be there when it happens. He literally starts shaking his mouse really quickly around IE, clicking on random parts on the screen.
Oh
I
my
know, because
God.
a pop-up for Home Depot came up. He starts muttering to himself. Watch him type in Adobe Reader in Google. He downloads it. Swings his cursor around some more. And then finally goes, fuck hackers, right? We are brothers, he and I. IT brothers. Day 40. Wake up and realize how lucky I truly am not to be fired or worse. See Cougar Girl walking into the office from parking lot. Asks me how things are going. I think we finally put an end to the Jitterbug gang. No, I meant not work stuff. Look at her strangely, then smile. Oh, you know how it is. She flicks her hair and then laughs. What the fuck? Cool. I'm having problems opening a file. Can you open it for me, hun? Sigh. Yeah, sure. We walk into her office. She's being all flirty. Click on the SharePoint link on a PDF file. Won't open. Download Adobe Reader. While it's loading, I ask her
bottle
what
is
she's planning on doing
empty.
the weekend. I'm going to the mountains with this guy for our first getaway. Stop Adobe
God
Reader.
damn
80%.
it!
Walk right out. I am IT. Day 41. This hot yoga girl from events comes into my office. Her keyboard keeps typing in French. Too busy playing Flappy Bird to care. So, are you going to help me? If things slow down, I've been swamped all day. I'm going to kill you. She waggles her glorious yoga butt away. Cute girl, and don't even care anymore. Just one day to end. I hate this job. All I do is get yelled at and download Adobe Reader. I can't even find the joy in games anymore. Dad walks by, sees I'm looking blue. Dad takes me out for lunch, pats me on the shoulder. I'm so proud of you, son. To date, the company is in shambles, and I still am primarily an Adobe Reader downloader, but I wouldn't change any of it for his very next
This
word.
is
I love you,
Mudahar's
son.
day job. Can you imagine?
Thanks, guys, and thanks, Dad, for the job. Don't forget to download your Adobe Reader, guys.
Never mind, his dad is proud of him. The joke would have been funnier if you said Gerard. That was fine. The other ones were better. Next! Only 30 seconds. Hulkamania Australia TV ad. Don't even need to full screen this.
In the world of professional wrestling, One man is king. Get ready, Australia. I'm heading.
So Grandpa Terry's not making it to 2030, right?
In the whole wide world. Hulkamania, the ultimate wrestling spectacular.
That was before Umaga died. Before he became one with the Force. He will out of spite. That's the realest shit I've ever seen. Next! Things Alex Jones likes. Craig has dysentery.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human, and I'm coming. I'm animated. My heart's big. I like to eat. I like to fight. I like to I like to have children. I got a life force. It's got hot cum going through it fast. I like to eat children. I'm a throwback. I'm setting fires everywhere. I'm a human, and I'm coming.
Can someone just make AI Alex Jones just say weird shit? Can someone just do that for me? Can someone put that video out? Can someone, like, have Alex Jones AI say the whole thing from I have no mouth and I must scream? Can someone do that for me? Screw Attack Video Game Vault. Screw Attack's top 10 worst Mortal Kombat fatalities. 2010. 8th. 28.
So in our last top 10, we looked at the greatest and most brutal ways to finish him. So naturally, it's time to flip it around. But in order to look at the absolute worst, I had to bring in the master of all things suck. Nervous Nick.
People really trying to do their best to convince me Stuttering Craig is actually
We're not
cool.
looking at just the fatalities. We're looking at the worst ways to end the Mortal Kombat.
They're really trying hard, man.
So, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 worst fatalities.
Quan Chi pulling your neck until you look like a giraffe is probably the number one, right?
Fatality, you'll want to see buckets of blood and like 18 skulls and 32 rib cages.
I believe Nick replaced Craig in these top 10s. Probably better.
She jumps on your face and snaps your neck 3 times using her thighs. That's it.
Nick, that's what we call a vagina death.
Stuttering Craig is a bottom-feeding parasite. Yeah, probably. Seems likely.
Broken characters in MK3, the trade-off for using Cabal was that your fatalities pretty much blew.
Well, I don't know. The head inflation's not that bad.
Shut up, Nick.
No,
Cabal's
it's
other
bad.
Fatality?
The scream is great. Go fuck yourself, Craig.
This one you look at, you
Him
just kinda
screaming your soul out is amazing. You don't know nothing, Stuttering Craig.
Don't like losing and having it rubbed all over your face? In Mortal Kombat Deception, you can deny your opponent the pleasure of doing.
Are you putting harakiris on a fatality list, you fraud?
But when Sindel wants to commit a little suicide, how does she do it? A graceful little swan dive. Right onto her face.
You're putting harakiris
I mean, she can fly.
on a fatality list.
Number 7.
That's not the same thing.
Hey, we're Screw Attack. You know we appreciate absolute ridiculousness. And Kenshi making people's eyes fall out in Deadly Alliance is most certainly ridiculous.
But it goes on and on and on forever.
Doesn't Scorpion not have eyes because he's a skeleton?
He's finally done doing whatever he's doing.
That would be a telekinesis mind morphing, Nick.
Bonitis.
All right. It's long enough to where when you play as Kenshi, it's just better to give him the old high punch to the face instead, just like he didn't know the fatality to begin with.
Number 6.
Plenty of fatalities in MK involve separating the cranium from the cervical vertebrae, but what happens when you suck at it?
This is the worst one they've ever done. What in God's name are you going to put at number 1?
Deadly Alliance.
Again.
This is psychotic in its design, man.
Now, Quan Chi, you may be the man.
I have no idea what Ed Boon was thinking.
Evil skin justice.
Like, what the fuck?
Raiden, this dude is the god of thunder. He controls freaking lightning and all that other cool stuff. So, what happened here?
Stuttering Craig sounds like the name of someone that would have a shock jock radio show who hosts have make a fool of themselves.
Weren't gonna go so well for him.
Yeah?
Number 4.
The double explosion's fine. Okay.
Animalities. You either love them.
They're not the same.
They were pretty hit or miss.
An animality is not a fatality.
Makes us scratch our heads.
God!
Absolute confusion.
Those are two different things.
you turn into a chimpanzee. Does that make sense to anybody out there? You could have been like a velociraptor or a stegosaurus or some sort of brachiosaurus or anything. But nope, we got Diddy Kong.
You got a problem with Diddy Kong, you son of a bitch?
Look, when you finally get your chance
You
to play
bad-mouthing
the
Diddy Kong on my stream? Is that what you're doing right now, Stuttering Craig?
How can you not have high expectations for this a huge fatality? But all Motaro does is gently place his hand on your head and pull it off. With just a little...
Yeah, it's pretty lame. It's pretty
There are way
lame.
too many beheadings in Mortal Kombat as it is, but with Motaro, it's not even fun to watch. It could really use a sound effect like this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one.
Stop it.
Or this one.
Number 2.
Like we said in our last top 10, Liu Kang had the most iconic fatality in Mortal Kombat 2. But in Mortal
Are you
Kombat
putting his
1,
MK1 fatality on here?
the lamest.
You are.
And if you notice the
It's lame because he's not killing the opponent, he's just finishing them like the announcer says to because he's a monk. He's not there to kill anyone, he's there to stop Shang Tsung. Why does no one get this? Why does no one get that? Ugh.
Alright, recap time before we get to number 1. Number 10, Tanya's Neckbreaker.
Number 9, Cabal's Scary Face.
Number 8, Sindel's Harikari.
Number 7, eyeballs go pop.
It's a home run. Number
Bonitis.
6, Quan Chi's Neck Stretch.
Number 5, Raiden blows up.
Number 4, Reptile turns into a monkey or something.
Number 3, this sound.
Number 2, Liu Kang does a cartwheel. Whee!
It's number 1.
Alright, hit me.
This is
Oh, this shouldn't even
that got
count.
everybody thinking, holy crap, I'm going to kill Batman and Superman? This is gonna be amazing.
You were insane if you ever thought that.
DC Universe just happened to be another one of those cases where companies were too afraid to let their intellectual property be handled by others, and instead of fatalities in the classic sense, we got the lamest fatalities of all time and heroic
Kano's? It's gonna be Kano's, isn't it? It's gonna be Kano's fatality.
Even Kano went from ripping out skeletons to
Oh,
jumping
you're just
and
lumping everything in there?
on them like a pillow. The game's box says it all right there. Mortal Kombat game, rated T. T. Mortal Kombat shouldn't be rated T.
And it's a shame too because MK vs DC is actually
Getting
not
excited
that
for this
bad.
game,
It's just
then I saw
not
the game's
game
age
it
rating.
could have been. For neutering the
I feel like the
violence,
age rating was the least of that
fatalities
game's problems, to be
the
honest.
entire game.
I feel like it controlling like molasses was a much greater
It's like
problem.
The worst fatalities in Mortal Kombat history. Way to go.
Not fond of Stuttering Craig. Not fond of him. Next! Hyun's Dojo Community, Majin Vegeta vs. Fleetway Supersonic, Mini Rumble, Season 4, Episode 2. This is the thing that they're doing on this channel now instead of 1 Minute Melee because whoever's working on that just isn't doing anything.
What's wrong, Kakarot? Don't tell me you're giving up on me now. Never!
Is this the guy that does the voice for Hyper DBZ? Understandable.
All right, you
Boobs!
piece of trash. You better be prepared for the bloodbath because this will
I
be
like
a
big hats.
spectacle that
I like
your
girls with
pathetic
big
and
hats.
lonely lives
Like big, giant,
cannot
wide-brimmed hats. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, huh?
Let's get this over.
You must really want to die.
Let's go.
That's some decent choreography.
Say your prayers! Know your place!
So I'm unfamiliar with the comic line that the Fleetway stuff comes from. Does it even work the same? Because typically the whole being in a super form means you're like physically invulnerable, right?
Get ready.
Better choreography than The Last Jedi. That's a pretty low bar.
It's over! You're not getting away! Eat this! Be gone!
The headbutt's pretty underrated. We need good sprite animation. We need good sprite animation to be the norm again. I strongly feel this way. How do we generally feel about the Majin Saga designed for Vegeta anyway?
Delicious blood. And the Hellfire was
You know, the sleeveless look without the armor? How do we feel about it? Like, under modern context.
If you enjoyed that as much as I did,
I never cared for it especially.
about it in the comments below. Or don't.
Maybe if he was wearing the armor but still kept the sleeveless look. Maybe.
Sharing the show around would do wonders for viewership. We don't just put the show on for 10 people after
That was a pretty
all.
good one. That was
Have a
alright.
dreadful
That wasn't
day,
bad.
my
It wasn't
friends.
terrible.
And remember, if an evil
Oops.
force asks you to make a deal with them for power in
Not
exchange
bad.
for your humanity,
Next! Bigfoot Vlog. Bigfoot Vlog 6. Pranking Bigfoot Hunters.
They'll photograph this like it's proof of the century. I carved it from maple, fit size 27.
Understandable.
Taught them that last spring. Now listen, watch this. I trained those campers real good. Next knock's gonna send them running.
I appreciate that you made
They'll think
Sasquatch
it's a
sound
summoning
southern.
Sign. Maybe they'll even sit in it.
Amateurs.
Let's see how long it takes them to notice. Nice try, fellas, but you put it facing Ankh-my-shi outhouse log. Next time, hide it better. I give them just one blurry frame, then poof. Keeps the mystery alive, you know?
They'll be halfway to the parking lot before they catch their breath.
Piss off, YouTube. Even the ad blocker doesn't really work. Yeah, that was fine. That was a funny one. Next! WWF Sky Ads Compilation Volume 1, 1990 to 1993 by Sir Skyscraper.
SummerSlam coming soon on Sky.
Seeing Shawn Michaels blonde is freaky, dude.
Catch the World Wrestling Federation SummerSlam.
Tuesday at 8 on Sky Movies. Yeah. Behind my back, and you're about to get the pasting that you deserve. Dig it?
Put him in his place.
Are there any entire pay-per-views that are just lost media now for wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
The WWF Super
I miss Randy. Everyone does.
Hundreds of color stickers and this super album. It may be the only way the Motto King could stick it.
Made an entire diss album about Hogan.
WWF Superstar stickers at your newsagent.
Sounds terrible, but it's admirable.
You now weighing in at 320 pounds from Death Valley. I give you The Undertaker.
It's him! So much charisma in that man. More than the vast majority of the industry, yeah.
Monday at 8. Don't miss the event of the year. It's what the world's been waiting for. WrestleMania 7. Sergeant Slaughter, 6'6", 22 stone, current WWF champion, the American Turncoat. The contender, the immortal Hulk Hogan, 6'4", 21 stone. It'll be a night of sweat and muscle. So book your...
If Hulkamania never took off, what do you think Grandpa Terry would have done with himself?
Every vertical suplex.
You think he just would have stayed in Japan?
Shoulder block. Drop kick. Every dirty trick in the book. It's what the world's been waiting for. WrestleMania 7, Monday night at 8 on Sky Movies.
Sergeant Slaughter is heavier than Hogan. He was certainly fatter.
Movies Plus.
See the Warlord, Jim Neidhart, Haku, Greg Valentine, the Barbarian, Jimmy Snuka, Orient Express, the Rockers, Rick the Model Martel, the Bulldog.
Did they ever get, like, solid confirmation about Jimmy Snuka's allegations, by the way?
Texas Tornado,
Did that ever get confirmed hard?
Hulk Hogan. To miss this
I stopped following that at a certain point. I know they were reopening it.
Explosive power as muscle clashes with muscle in this all-sellout tour. It all happens tonight.
Is Jimmy Snuka in prison?
You ain't seen nothing till you've seen UK Rampage live and exclusive on Sky Movies Plus.
He's dead? Oh, well, those aren't going anywhere then.
WWF Superstars Fridays at 9 p.m. on Sky 1.
November the 9th, 1989. Acting on a tip that SummerSlam was headed to London, England, millions of East Germans tear down the Berlin Wall and head west in a frenzied attempt to buy tickets. And now,
I'm sure that was the first thing they did, yes.
dream of democracy and freedom to see the World Wrestling Federation champion Macho Man
Owen Hart live tape ever being leaked or not.
against the Ultimate Warrior has become reality.
If it hasn't happened yet, I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like they had to have destroyed every single copy by now, right?
Will change our world forever. It is a very exciting thing.
The only way you're ever gonna find that is if someone gets a real, like, someone with a big chip on their shoulder that's still there just really feels like fucking with the staff. That's the only way you're gonna get that.
SummerSlam coming soon to Sky
Archived at the headquarters with the draws tape.
video
Fuck.
board game atmosphere. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man
Odds are low, but never zero. Eh.
anymore. SummerSlam coming soon to Sky Sports.
Then they keep that stuff just in case they need it for legal reasons. I remember watching, I think it was Steve Austin on one of his podcasts. Maybe it was just an interview, I don't remember. When he had first heard about it, he was backstage just talking to Undertaker, and someone ran up to him and just said, hey, Owen's dead. It's like, that's gotta be the most surreal thing imaginable, right? It's like, fucking Christ, dude. Berlin Wall comes down, Macho Man is on the other side to give handshakes and Slim Jim. That's not right. None of that is right. Vince told everyone to keep going. Yeah, that's the worst part. Jesus Christ. Chad, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I mean it. I know where you live. I know where you live and I've seen what you've done. Stay there. I am returned. It is me. I am back from the dead. Cookie. What kind? They're made with brownie mix, and they have little bits of pineapple in them. They're rather delightful. Hello, Kari. Next. Left for Life. Left 4 Dead 2 body cam mod. VR pure realism. Hunk from Resident Evil 2. Concept. You know, at some point I should really try that, like, body cam, like, SWAT game.
Man, I thought you were all wiped out. I've been trying. I'm at point K-12. Need him? Guess there's no keeping down the Grim Reaper, huh? My extraction point. Relax, Christopher. I'm headed for the front gate of RPD. Pick you up there.
Can't imagine playing a full game with that head sway. If it only moves as much as your head actually moves, I could probably manage. Sucks nothing came close to being another Left 4 Dead. They certainly tried and failed. Could definitely one-punch a tank. Shoot it between the eyes, snap its neck. Simple enough. Rate the timeline Resident Evil 3 Gaiden came out. Like a 6? I don't think it'd be all that different, but it'd be interesting. The hot one! Thief, raid the witch. Boba Fett of Resident Evil. Technically, yeah. Man didn't go out. Man never went out. So he does have that. Thing think about a timeline where George actually had, like, a proper kill for him in Return of the Jedi that people would have been satisfied with, and that character just never came back. If Boba Fett died in Return of the Jedi by having a shootout with Han, that character never would have come back. It's the worst when they spawn in the middle of a hallway, isn't it? Would Left 4 Dead be, like, more well-balanced as a whole if, like, the special infected didn't grapple you? And they just had regular attack? Ironically, a mod found a solution for that. Did they? Gives you a chance to fight back the special infected up to a point. That's a bit better, I think. To be frank, it is about teamwork. Yeah, but there is a solo mode. Last Man on Earth, I think it's called. Not fun. Attempted it numerous times. Not a good time. That new map for Left 4 Dead 2? Me neither.
What the hell, Hunk? You're late for extraction.
Gotta find another way out.
So, you guys at the top just ordered a full cleanup on Raccoon City. So move fast, or you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Got it.
Man, Looming Dread kicks ass. It's probably my favorite section of the first game. There's something about the, like, really specific aesthetic of being in an unfinished skyscraper. Like, in the evening in the middle of the rain. Like, that's so specific. Dude, those head pops are juicy. You know, in hindsight, you know why... You know how Capcom keeps trying to make an esports Resident Evil thing? It's like multiplayer focused and it fails horribly every single time? Why didn't they just really specifically rip off Left 4 Dead? That would have gone over better. Back 4 Blood is all Unity assets like ragdolls. Yeah, I'd believe it. Everything about that game looked horrible except for, like, weapon customization. Has a weird thing about FPSs. Huh. Had a stamina bar and it ruined it? That sounds awful. How unbalanced Resident Evil 5 Mercenary was that everyone just picked Wesker because he was the best and easy to use. Yeah, a little bit. Dedicated speedrun community and devs intentionally nerf speedrun tech strats. So they actively hate the people that are actually playing it. All 17 of them. That feels like it would track, yeah. Game's been dead for a long time. It should be deader. I like the idea of having actual bosses in Left 4 Dead outside of the tank. It would be nice if there was just an end of chapter boss. Right? Maybe if they learn to count to 3, you'll get that at some point. I doubt it, but there's hope. I was excited for Back 4 Blood, but then I saw gameplay. Yeah, same. Everything looked off. Favorite guns in the Mini 14? Yeah. Vermintide is the extent of what you can do in this genre. Having separate classes with completely different build styles is really helping. Hey chat, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you. So I saw something that I recommended the other day, and I was simultaneously went, ew, and I went, that might be interesting. Chat, how do you feel internally about running a D&D campaign set in modern times in the real world? Because my brain went, that sounds awful, I should do that. The wires got crossed. What would the dungeons be? Crack shacks? There's a game module for that? Is there? Modern day settings and all of their rule sets are bad. The goddamn shame. Don't let the Zoomers find out elves exist. It can't be allowed. Dude, I always find it insane exactly how many zombies show up at the end of each, like, chapter in these games. Because it's, like, enough that you, like, There's like at least a few hundred every time a horde shows up, right? Like, I get you're in a city, but fuck, is there no other noise happening? Real world Old West setting? Old West D&D? I guess that'd be a mood. Yeah, you could probably do something with that. How much longer is this? Let's find out. Nearly done. There's a game of that that's pretty solid. Rough approximation of the mid-1900s is probably as far as you can go with anything casual. World of Darkness is the only modern setting that isn't embarrassing, and it's still embarrassing. I think the most I ever did was, like, try to write something fantasy-related that just happened during World War I. That's the most I ever got into. And that was, like, a decade and a half ago. Mods are fun.
I wanted to meet the Grim Reaper.
Next! Hateful Bob YouTube poop, Hulk Hogan's Ultimate Grig. This is only 20 seconds long.
The following is a paid advertisement for Hulk Hogan's Ultimate Grig.
Hey guys, I'm Hulk. Stay with me for the next half hour.
No!
I'm gonna show you my latest in Hulk Hogan's Ultimate Group.
Finally, a grill that lives Hulk Hogan. It's the ultimate because it's extra large panini.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever eaten a panini. That was psychotically short, to the point that I feel like I had a brain aneurysm. Next! Seals are good. You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
In light of the fact this is the 37th time today you've submitted your fucking application, you are on this council.
Yay!
But we do not grant you the rank of master.
Oh, is this because of my thesis?
Anakin, you know the council
doesn't... Is this because of my thesis? Damn fucking right. It's because of your thesis. We were stuck there for 2.5 fucking hours, listening to your defense.
Well, to be fair, the extra half an hour was because we went down an interesting side tangent.
Interesting side tangent. Motherfucker, I haven't slept for 2 days. Every time I close my eyes, you appear and start talking non-stop about dichotomy.
It's really quite fascinating, actually, particularly when one considers...
Balaba killed herself halfway through.
We don't know it was because of my thesis. The last thing I heard before she fell out of earshot was, I can't take it anymore.
Anakin, in the footage we captured from her on the way down, she explicitly says, I can't take it anymore. That thesis was the worst torture I've ever experienced. I welcome the sweet embrace of death for that reason alone.
I don't understand how someone falling so fast was able to be heard so clearly.
The only fucking reason there's even a seat available is because you killed her.
The courts disagreed that I was responsible. Palpatine himself opined Jedi Masters are always throwing themselves out of windows.
Anakin?
That's legal precedent now.
Well, she's dead. You have her seat. Are you fucking happy?
Am I happy? What an interesting question. After all, what is life if not a dichotomy between happiness
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! I will grant you the rank of master here and fucking now if you don't say another fucking word about dichotomy.
What if someone brings up my thesis?
If someone is fucking stupid enough to explicitly bring up the topic of your thesis, then, and only then, are you allowed to discuss it with them. Give them the layman's summary. Give them the full fucking thing. But you are never, ever to bring it up around me or anyone else on the Jedi Council. Ever again.
What if you all die or vanish, but I'm still around?
Just don't talk about it as long as I fucking live. Do you understand me?
Unless I'm asked?
Unless you're fucking explicitly asked.
Agreed.
Take a seat, Master Skywalker.
Hello, sis.
Sit.
Shakti killed herself because of the thesis too, but that was in a deleted scene, so it might not be canon.
Good bit. Yeah, sure. Orpheus for the win. YouTube Peen, The Misadventures of Skooks, Part 1 of 5.
Why? Why? Somebody sure is a weak move.
That is some heavily copywritten shit you have in front of me right now that I'm listening to. I want you to be aware of that when you put it there.
That sounds like Skooks. Skooks, let's move. Here's a bulletin just in.
Tiny onions, cream sauce, butter-drenched dressing.
Two Seals Are Good videos back to back. I just scrolled through the whole thing and just grabbed stuff, man.
Gang, we've just been handed our next mystery.
Tell us, like, what's the plan? What's the fucking plan, man?
Simple, sis. We'll plant this tiny transmitter in Velma's car. We'll give the dog the dick. And then, Daphne, we'll grab the dog's balls. See this picture of Hank? This will help a lot.
Hank! I know who's stuck in the deek.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Like, what's the plan?
Oh, God. Stop. Cease! Stop!
Yup. Oh, yeah! What do you?
Man, drugs must be
Even
great.
Hank was scared.
I don't want to lose my dong.
Oh, why, Shaggy? You're the fucking beauty.
Let's plot a course. Intercourse.
Skooks, untie.
Is Toddbot still dead? Can I ask Toddbot things yet? Stop it!
I got a hunch there's a secret picture around here someplace. There it is. Fuck. Good boy, Skooks. You found them all.
Does this mean we...
Not yet.
Oh, God, it's happening.
Hey, man, you're shaking it all wrong.
But shaking it's all I know.
Let me show you how it's done.
I can feel my brain cells being destroyed as I'm watching this. Jesus, fuck. Drugs. Fuck. Next. Cinema glitch, Batman 1989, but it's ruined by AI.
Do you want your cut of this money or not? Now shut up. Shut up.
Yeah! The delicious taste. This isn't okay. A lot of Coca-Cola in this stream. Gotta happen once in a while.
They say you're full of shit nuts. Oh, you can quote me on that.
Lieutenant, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City? And if so, is he on the police payroll? And if so, what's he pulling down after taxes?
Calm it down.
Brought you a little snack, Eckhart.
Delicious.
Well, welcome.
I'd
My
like
boy.
you to handle this operation personally. Me?
Oh, hell no, I'm out of here.
Oh, where'd this come from?
I have no idea.
It's Japanese.
How do you know?
Because I bought it in Japan.
Good bit. I don't think that's gonna help, Jack.
That is all behind me. I now do what other people only dream. I make art until someone dies. Where does it get those wonderful toys?
I have given a name to my pain. And it is Batman.
Made mistakes. And then he had us.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on.
That was just a scene from Kick-Ass. I'll believe you. Stop it! Cease!
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you? Huh?
That last bit at the end was pretty good. Next! RoboCop cartoon dubbed by Djibouti Dubs.
Alright, you big old beefaroni boys, come on out with your big old muscly veiny arms up in the air.
Let me talk to the cops.
Really
I'm
had
a
to
pretty good
specify.
negotiator.
Man, that RoboCop DLC comes out
Cop
next
now,
month.
Huh? Probably gotta recharge his batteries.
Sweet, merciful, hickory-smoked baby-back Jesus, we're gonna actually have to get our hands dirty here, boys. Go ahead and check that back door and lock down the perimeter. Bend over, let me see what's in your back door. Grab your nuts from the back, it's time for tug-of-war.
Check it out, boys. All the protein we'll ever need. They got chunky chocolate, vascular vanilla, and bubblegum bench press.
This is gonna help me with my glute
Give me the
game.
chocolate one.
Hey, boss, how the hell are we gonna get out of here?
No worries, boys. I got the perfect escape plan. A little bit of fireworks show ought to be just the thing we need to get out of here. What the hell's going on?
Good use of Gundam sounds.
What the fuck?
Robert!
Entering arrest mode, loading Miranda file.
Quit updating, you bucket of bolts, just shoot them!
Shove this in your USB port.
Get him, Robo! Oh, fuck yeah, let it rip! Unload all over him, boy!
Targeting mode engaged.
RoboCop, you forgot to defuse the bomb.
I know, but my ultimate ability is ready. Stop right there. Hurry up, start the car. Let's get out of here.
We as a society were better off when R-rated films were marketed towards children.
I'm giving it all she's got, but she just won't go
RoboCop,
anywhere.
Terminator, Aliens, Predator, Jurassic Park.
Oh God, I can't even with this thing, RoboCop. You think you could hack it or something? We only got like 10 seconds before we all die.
Activating thermographics. This appears to be a bomb. Normally, I would have to reverse Google image search the serial number in order to find the make and model of this bomb so that I may properly deactivate the bomb. Or, I guess I could just...
Oh my God! Was that a bomb?
Evil guys, no match for me. Singing this song, yeah, it's copyright free. Evil guys, where you gonna go?
Good man, Murphy.
Dick. Locking up all these bad guys. You're making the other officers on the force look kind of lazy.
Now, hold on a minute. What do you mean lazy? How am I supposed to compete with this guy? He's throwing bombs in the air.
Officer, do you have a problem with the way in which I'm executing my tasks?
Innocent lives could have been lost.
Scanning your emotions, I can see that you are growing jealous of me, aren't you, officer?
Hey, I didn't consent to you scanning my emotions, RoboCop!
Using my thermographic vision, I can see that your penis is tucked between your legs, much like a dog when it is scared, and you also have a lower back tattoo that reads Captain of the Pussy Patrol.
Scanning my emotions is one thing. but I'm pretty sure that scanning my genitals is against the hippo law or whatever it's called.
Now, hold on, all right? He's just spitting facts. You can't hate on RoboCop just because he's an ice-cold motherfucker says it like it is. Now, if there's anybody who should be in trouble, it's you, Miss Lewis. What the hell are you doing walking around with all that ass?
Yeah, you know, RoboCop and I have been busting down a lot of bad guys, so we should probably get back to it.
Gentlemen.
I got that tattoo a long time ago, okay, Lieutenant? Before I swore myself to the badge, I was the butt-clapping captain of the Pussy Patrol.
Stop it.
Within the world of omni-consumer products, there's just no room for RoboCop. Everywhere he goes, he leaves the city in ruins. And let's be honest, it's fucking weird that he has a cold, dead human face.
No, actually, that's where you're wrong, okay? We did a lot of research and surveys, and people prefer human face because it's much more relatable.
I think you'll be quick to change your mind once you witness the power of my enforcer bot, P3N1S.
Hold on, P3N1S. Oh, gross, I know what you're trying to do. We can't possibly work with this man. Enough. Every scientist has the right to name his robot whatever they please. Let's hear the man out.
Thank you very much. Now, if you'll all please pay attention to the screen here, I've got a simulation running that will show you just how powerful my P3N1S is.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Stop. Okay, now you can go.
Harold, you've done some fucking stupid shit before, but this takes the cake, all right? First of all, you never complimented me on my pearls. Second of all, how could you possibly throw up all over a newborn baby and then you shit yourself, Harold? And I know you shit yourself because the car smells like fucking shit. Well, your mother always brings that bologna cake and it smells so goddamn bad I can't help but throw up and shit everywhere.
You are over the speed limit, so you must die. Fuck yeah. Everyone calm down. I brought the tasty gems. Hello there, Mr. Robot. Can you please stop killing people? What is that funky sound? Talking to you, robot to robot. Power down, let these people go home. Please refrain from dancing in the middle of the street. It's illegal. That was awesome. That robot cop really knows how to carry a tune. Why doesn't your robot sing songs?
Sorry, sir. I didn't realize that music was so powerful in the tech space. I'll get back to the drawing board and start drafting up catchy pop tunes. Stupid fucking RoboCop fucking bitch! How the fuck does that asshole know how to make pop songs too? What the fuck? How am I supposed to compete with that shit?
Okay, pulling up his diagnostics here, there appears to be something that's really bogging down his memory.
Oh god, this is such a waste of our time. RoboCop needs to be out there on the streets, not printing diagnostics out of his butthole.
You're one to talk, Miss Lewis. Don't you think for a second that I didn't pull up RoboCop's video memory files? I know what you do with him when you're all alone.
Listen here, bitch. I know that you think
Is it any
he's
good?
just a toaster
No, not
or whatever,
really.
but deep inside of that metal body is a man.
What man lactates battery acid from his nipples?
All right, ladies, that's enough. I gotta borrow the Tin Man real quick. Some asshole decided to park in my parking spot, so I need you to pick up his car with your bare hands and throw that shit to the side of the road. Let's go.
But RoboCop, you must restart in order for your security update to take effect. Do you want to restart now?
I'll restart later.
What the fuck?
Thanks, Crown Dome.
Your hair is so orange you look like a basketball.
Fucking bounce me around then.
Okay.
Oh my god!
A tall glass of baby food coming right up.
Thank you.
Oh god, I totally forgot to put on deodorant. So if you could just go ahead and shut off your nose functionality for tonight, that'd be perfect, thanks.
I can feel people staring.
Oh, well, let those fucking idiots stare, RoboCop. They're just jealous of what we got going on. Now, could you go ahead and use your X-ray vision or whatever it's called to look inside of me, because I was gonna get a cleanse, but I don't want to get one unless I need one because it's like mega diarrhea.
Okay.
Oh my god, somebody help! There's a man out there that just jaywalked!
I'm sorry, but I must go now.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
What kind of idiot holds up a corporate bakery Just come on out
In the
of there
second
with your
cartoon,
hands up.
RoboCop is a blue color. In the second
This
movie,
old
he's
witch
blue.
is as
So
good
that
as
tracks.
dead. Don't even try to stop me.
Oh, God, please help me. You were supposed to take the shot, goddammit. I'm going in.
Move. Move, you stupid bitch. Move, goddammit. Come on.
You can do. Oh, it's not me you want. It's my recipes, isn't it?
Just shut your fucking gap. You want to
Good
know my
callback.
plan? You're gonna be my new grandma, okay? You're gonna feed me fudge bars every day, rub my belly, and tell me how much of a big boy I am.
Yeah, freeze, fatso.
Granny Johnson's fudge. Yeah, she's got the touch. Just put it in your mouth and suck. So good, it'll make you want to say.
How do we feel about blue RoboCop? Good palette swap.
All right, where's the old lady at? Give us the scoop. Bend over. I need to see some identification. Oh my God, is that RoboCop?
Look, it looks like he's covered in shit.
Freeze, asshole!
What?
Look out! Murphy!
Fuck you, RoboCop, trying to stop me from being truly happy. This is my grandma now.
Put the grandma down.
Oh, God damn it, you gotta be kidding me. These stupid robots don't even know how to turn off right. Go get your own grandma, RoboCop.
Have you seen the RoboCop fan remake thing? I have not, no.
What the?
I got him! That's what I'm talking about!
Oh my God, RoboCop, please don't eat me.
I'm sorry, I smell like chocolate now.
Yeah, go ahead and laugh it up. I almost died, you know. One of these days, this organization is gonna realize what a grave mistake it's made. Trying to work alongside a fucking piece of shit robot. And yeah, I'm talking about you, RoboFuck. You probably want to go ahead and stop making a fool of yourself because it's hard to talk shit when you're literally covered in it. We all know you shit yourself when you fell in the fudge.
I don't know about you, Lewis, but I could sure go for a nice tall glass of baby food.
Yeah, let's fucking get the fuck out of here and fuck out. One day that robot's going haywire. And I'll fucking be ready for him this time. And I'll grab his stupid fucking robot neck and I'll fucking split that shit in half just like this. And
You have the right to remain funky.
Good bit.
Gonna lock you up and break it
Good quality.
down.
Next! Oh, fuck. Cinemassacre Clips Minecraft with Gadget by Mike Matei. This is the worst thing that... Jesus, fuck. You're in for a treat.
I don't know. Hey everybody, I'm here with my good friend Inspector Gadget.
This is gonna be a bad one.
Inspector Gadget. I'm having a lot of fun. So you want to do some reviews, Inspector Gadget? I'm better than you are, so
There's a reason they deleted this fucking video.
Okay, alright, well, Inspector Gadget's gonna do the review. You can shut up now.
Alan Britt.
I'm always on duty.
Is this the video Twerk likes? Yes.
Minecraft. Penny was telling me she was playing it on her computer book. Let's play Minecraft. Well, I have Minecraft. I think that's probably what you're talking about. Let's try that. Oh yes, this is it. Minecraft. No, Inspector Gadget. It's called Minecraft. Oh, Minecraft. I cannot wait to play Minecraft. Do you know what my favorite thing to do is in Minecraft?
Was this sponsored? God, I hope not.
Minecraft. Building bricks with Minecraft is the best thing and the most amount of fun.
Is this what
you
the
can
mobile
have
version of
while playing
Minecraft looks like?
I understand why all the kids are playing this game these days. It's because they like to build brown bricks with Minecraft. I also like to build brown bricks with Minecraft. It's the most fun you can possibly have. What is the point of Minecraft? Well, there really is no point.
I hope Mike Matei is ashamed of himself every day that he lives for this existing.
Sandcastles. Nah, that just means you can do anything you want, like explore, build stuff, and mess around. What kind of stuff can you build? Well, anything really. Like there's one guy that built a
Tanker
scale
Sisters
model of
art
Starship
in D-Gen
Enterprise.
is pretty keynote.
My
Let me
deduction
look.
skills as a detective tell me he has quite possibly never had sex. Come on, Inspector Gadget. It's about expressing your creativity. But he is just copying
phone
a
is
fake
loading.
rocket ship blueprint designed by someone else. Seems more like monkey see, monkey do than using creative energy.
phone
if
is
you ask
loading.
me. Oh, you think you can
The
do
phone
better?
is doing a big load.
I have a robotic implant in my brain that lets me perform 12 quadrillion calculations per second. I could rewrite
Jesus
the entire
Christ.
game's code
It's at a
while
snail's
helping
pace.
Penny with her homework and cleaning up Brain's duty
That's good.
all at the same
That's
time.
pretty good.
He's a nerd,
That's
and I hate nerds
not great.
more than I hate mad agents.
That's a good Tron.
What an asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Might not have a powerful
That's not bad.
cybernetic brain
That's
like
pretty
yours,
okay.
but I think that the kid used Minecraft in a unique and complex yet beautiful way.
It's strange this is what life has
Adaptation.
come to, isn't it?
I told you to shut up, but you didn't listen. Oh look, a free iPad.
You know, I think killing Mike Matei should happen on screen more often, to be honest. I feel like that's a thing that should happen much, much more often. Anyway, comment on video in general. Jesus. Oh, God. You're really working my fingers to the bone on this one, aren't you? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Duh. Is Brown Bricks better or worse than his Elmo in Grouchland review? That is a hell of a choice to make, and I don't think I want to make it ever. Uh-huh. Blue RoboCop is pretty nice. Pretty okay. Jesus! Next! Oh, God. YouTube poop delay unneeded Talon K.
Are you ready, kids? Now!
The Hindenburg. And Heisenberg.
So happy, so fun, so us. Here we see New York.
New York's not good.
Home of one of my
Don't go to New York, kids.
Yes, of course he lives in a Bible, you silly.
We're back in the drugs, kids.
Today's day, Gary.
Stop it!
Gotta be on top.
Stop. SpongeBob looking different these days. Yeah, that'll happen. I can't believe it's still going, to be honest.
Finest establishment ever established for establishing establishments for establishment. The Krusty Crack. Home of rock cocaine. Where the hell? Fuck yourself. Sign in the window. I'm gonna go in there, march straight to the manager. Look him straight in the eye.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just...
No, you're not. You're going to the crack house and smoke that weed.
I can't, goddamn.
This is only slightly more ADHD than modern SpongeBob. Only slightly.
Who made a spatula out of whale skin and big brown baby seal eyes?
I did.
Who's
Mother of God, it's all toilet paper.
Who's a big fucking asshole?
Dirty Dan.
Man, drugs must be great. Part of the brain just going into overdrive right now. You know that?
That's not funny. When do I start?
Never.
Like, it's not great in my mindscape right now, man.
I'll prove I'm boy material. Ask Squeaks, he'll kill me.
I have never liked those SpongeBob ice cream bars, I'll be honest. Never have. Jesus, God in heaven, why have you forsaken me?
Go out and dine with pardon and
Not a good film.
My hand is cramping!
And don't come back till you get one.
What about the boy?
I will destroy the Krusty Krab.
Understandable.
Whoa,
Get out! We'll never see that.
Make it dick, motherfucker.
Again? Wow!
Have you had the gummy patties?
That sounded like yours.
They were a subpar experience.
Shush. Shush.
Rev up those fryers.
This is fairly accurate so far.
Is this anywhere to behave?
Can we smoke a little weed and turn the pedophiles into registered sex offenders?
Mart, meeting needs.
Jesus Christ! My blood is leaking!
Spatula, porn star.
Come, Mr. Squidward.
Come.
Stop it!
This is the end.
This is the end.
Someone order a...
YouTube poop.
We already played Babble like an idiot.
Idiot.
To the kitchen!
Oh good, finally.
Are you ready to go crazy? Tartar sauce.
That was the
Good
finest
enough.
machine gun I've ever seen, Squants. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Don't throw your butts at me, Mr. Squidward. Knock, knock.
Sup, bitches?
What would you like to order, Patrick?
Well, one bag of crap, please.
Out now!
This is why we don't go to New York. Jesus Christ. I need to get away from here. Fuck. Ugh. Okay, let's do the list. Tsuruda. Fucking, you really giving me this one right away, huh? Jesus Christ. Right away with this? You're giving this to me right away? Fuck. Yeah. Danielson. Cody or Mox. Mox. RVD or Ibushi. Fuck, man. RVD. Nakamura. Steamboat. Taz. Eddie Guerrero. Jeff. Foley. Great Muda. Akira. Inoki versus Shawn Michaels is some fucked up thing to ask a man, you know that? Jesus God. Inoki? Jesus. Inoki or Sean is a hell of a choice to make. I want you to know that. Sean. Stan Henson. AJ. MJF. Son of a bitch! Stop giving these to me! Ugh. Christian. Benoit. Jushin Liger. Danielson. Stone Cold. Sting. Mox. Roddy. Zack Sabre Jr. RVD. Ibushi. Kawada. Ospreay. Shibata. Kurt Angle. Man, Finn still being in that company is really killing his legacy, isn't it? Like, it's ruinous what they're doing to him over there. Ruinous to the point that Andre's going above him. Takeshita. Swerve. Eddie Guerrero. Walter. Flair. Brett. Hangman. Foley. Owen. Undertaker. Great Muta. Claudio. That is a fucked up thing to ask me right now. Nigel McGuinness and William Regal is a fucked up thing to make me choose, man. That, fuck. Jesus Christ. Nigel. Dragunov. Joe. Sean. Inoki. Tenryu. Stan Henson. Kane. Sammy. AJ. Naito. Kenny Omega. Jesus fucking Christ, imagine the promo. God! These are some tough calls, man! Randy. Christian. Darby. Danielson. Steve Austin. Liger. Okada. Sting. Mox. Roddy. Cody. Zack Sabre Jr. RVD. Ibushi. Jake. Ospreay. Kawada. Nakamura. Mr. Perfect. Shibata and Angle, man. Ugh. Fuck. God damn it. Jesus. This is not a... You can't just... Kurt. Shibata. Steamboat. Batista. Takeshita. Taz. John. Jesus Christ, you can't just... Eddie. Swerve. Walter. Kevin. Flair. Chris Hero. God! You can't just sawdust match! Fucking... Hangman. Foley. Rock. Muda. Undertaker. Edge. Nigel. Regal. Joe. Sean. Inoki. Harley Race. Tenryu. Stan Henson. Kane. Terry. AJ and Sammy? AJ and Sammy. Fuck. AJ. Naito. Sammy. Kabashi. Kenny. Randy. MJF. Scott Hall. You can't just... Danielson. Christian. Steve Austin. Darby. Liger. Okada. Benoit. Dusty. Sting. Saber. Moxley. RVD. Ibushi. Roddy Piper. Cody. Jake Snake. Chris Jericho. Kurt Angle and Will Ospreay is a hell of a match, man. Kurt Angle and Ospreay is a fucking... Fuck. Ospreay. Kurt Angle. Shibata. Kawada. Steamboat. Shinsuke. Batista. Mr. Perfect. This is a hell of a Cole match I'm looking at right now on the screen. I am looking at Cole in front of me. Pure, unfiltered. In its natural state. Seth. Eddie. Swerve. Takeshita. Walter. Kevin Owens. Tanahashi. Hangman. Foley. Flair. Rock. Chris Hero. Brett. Jeff. Owen. Hashimoto. Great Muda. Undertaker. Edge. Nigel. Claudio. Daniels. Joe. Tenryu and Sean. Sean. Tenryu. Inoki. Harley Race. Ray. Kenny and AJ is a fucking match, man. Kenny. Macho Man. MJF. AJ. Naito. Sammy. Kobashi. Chono. You can't just do this to me, man. You can't just... 107 times between 2014 and 2017. More than likely it did, yeah. You can't just put Danielson and Sting in front of me and make me choose, man. You can't just... Brian. Sting. Christian. Zack Sabre Jr. Moxley. Stone Cold. Darby. RVD. Liger. Okada. Ibushi. Benoit. Roddy. Dusty. Sorry, Cody. Tsuruda. Cody. Adam Cole. You can't just make me... Jesus Christ. Eddie. Osprey. Swerve. Kurt. Takeshita. Walter. Kevin. Shibata. Tanahashi. Taz. Cena. Kawada. Steamboat. Nakamura. Batista. Andre. Finn. You can't just make me decide between Great Muta and Hangman. You can't just... Fucking... Muta. Hangman. Foley. Taker. Edge. McGuinness. Flair. Rock. Claudio. Daniels. Regal. Chris Hero. Brett. Jeff. Dragunov. Owen. Hashimoto. Misawa. Kenny and Joe is a fucking... Jesus Christ. You can't just put these things in front of me and... Fucking... Kenny. Joe. Macho Man. MJF. AJ. Sean. Naito. Sammy. Kobashi. Tenryu. Antonio Inoki. Harley Race. Rey Mysterio. Stan Henson. Chono. Kane. Terry Funk. I guess by process of elimination, yeah, sure. God damn it. Eddie Guerrero and Bryan Danielson. Ugh. Fuck. Eddie. Danielson. Osprey. Swerve. Sting. Kurt Angle. Christian. Zack Sabre Jr. Mox. Steve Austin, Darby Allin, Takeshita, RVD, Walter, Owens, Liger, Okada, Shibata, Tanahashi, Ibushi, Taz, Cena, Benoit, Roddy Piper, Kawada, Steamboat, Nakamura, Batista, Dusty, Tsuruta, Cody, Adam Cole, Jake, Jericho, Andre, Finn, Mr. Perfect, Seth, I guess. Jesus Christ, Cole. Great Muta and Kenny. Fuck. You can't just make me do these things. You can't just... Kenny. Muta. Hangman. Joe. Savage. Foley. MJF. Styles. Taker. Edge. Shawn. Naito. Nigel. Sammy. Kobashi. Flair. Rock. Tenryu. Claudio. Inoki. Harley Race. Daniels. Regal. Mysterio. Stan Henson. Chris Hero. Brett. Jeff. Dragunov. Chono. Owen. Hashimoto. Misawa. Hira. Giant Baba. Fucking Christ. The Great Cola. Kenny Omega and Eddie Guerrero. Fuck. Eddie. Kenny. Danielson. Osprey. Muta. Hangman. Joe. Swerve. Sting. Savage. Foley. Angle. Jesus Christ, how have these two not talked? How in God's name have MJF and Christian not talked on screen? Oh, God. Kane and Paul battle for last. MJF. Christian. Saber. Moxley. AJ. Austin. Darby. Taker. Takeshita. RVD. Walter. Owens. Liger. Okada. Edge. Shawn. Shibata. Naito. Nigel. Tanahashi. Ibushi. Sammy. Taz. Cena. Kobashi. Benoit. Roddy. Flair. Rock. Kawada. Steamboat. Nakamura. Tenryu, Claudio, Batista, Dusty, Inoki, Harley, Christopher Daniels, Tsuruda, Cody, Regal, Ray, Stan Henson, Adam Cole, Jake Roberts, Chris Jericho, Chris Hero, Brett, Jeff, Dragunov, Andre, Finn, Chono, Owen, Hashimoto, Misawa, Mr. Perfect, Toei, Giant Baba, Kane, Terry, Seth, Triple H, Orton, Scott Hall, Punk. There, the list is done. Fuck. Watch 7 minutes of TikTok. Yeah, a little bit. Starting from the bottom. Fuck off. Get off my screen. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Scott Hall, Randy Orton, Triple H, Seth Rollins, Terry Funk, Kane, Giant Baba, Akira Taue, Mr. Perfect, Mitsuharu Misawa, Shinya Hashimoto, Owen Hart, Masahiro Chono, Finn Balor, Andre the Giant, Ilya Dragunov, Jeff Hardy, Bret Hart, Chris Hero, Chris Jericho, Jake the Snake Roberts, Adam Cole, Stan Henson, Rey Mysterio, William Regal, Cody Rhodes, Jumbo Tsurata, Christopher Daniels, Harley Race, Antonio Inoki, Dusty Rhodes, Batista, Claudio Castagnoli, Genichiro Tenryu, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Toshiaki Kawada, The Rock, Ric Flair, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Chris Benoit, Kenta Kobashi, John Cena, Taz, Sami Zayn, Kota Ibushi, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Nigel McGuinness, Tetsuya Naito, Katsuyori Shibata, Shawn Michaels, Edge, Kazuchika Okada, Jushin Thunder Liger, Kevin Owens, Walter, Rob Van Dam, Konosuke Takeshita, The Undertaker, Darby Allin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, AJ Styles, Jon Moxley, Zack Sabre Jr., Christian Cage, MJF, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Macho Man Randy Savage, Sting, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, Great Muta, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, Eddie Guerrero. That's the list. I've done the list. Jesus. That was a hell of an endeavor, you know that? Terry Funk in the bottom quadrant. It's not my fault everyone is so good at their job! Why isn't Eddie Kingston on this list, by the way? Eddie Kingston's not on this list. Where is he? Where's my boy? He's nowhere to be seen. Ugh. AI curator? Yeah, that'd do it. Where's Pentagon? Where's Ray Fenix? Huh. Huh? Ugh. All right. Let me grab like a few more. Let me grab a few more from the list. Let me just grab a few more. Just as I see fit upon this earth. I like that the ad block just doesn't work sometimes. Really lends itself to credibility. Just the most it can manage. You know what I mean? Just a little bit at a time. Shit, that's 26 minutes. Yeah, sure. This is probably good enough, right? Probably. Ori, you remember those kids that we said would probably drown me today? Yes, I said that. I said they would try to murder you, yes. I explicitly said you were going to die, I recall. Did they attempt to kill you? Was murder attempted? Did they try to Children of the Corn you? I'm waiting for an answer, woman. What are you guys talking about? She was babysitting for a couple of kids for a friend of hers. She took them to the local pool. And I insisted that they would attempt to murder her. As she is very stick-like, and the children are likely wider than her. I'm waiting for you to see it. You're waiting for me to see it, you say. What am I waiting to see exactly, sister of mine? I see nothing. I see nothing upon this earth. What was I doing? Right. Left 4 Dead griefing, Survivor bowling, Team Evolution. Avolition? One of those. Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah. There we go. We like a good griefing session around here.
We should go under there and slow them down so I have more time to aim it.
Well, you want me to haunt them?
Yeah, just try to do it right under the ladder, though. Alright, here goes nothing.
Holy shit, that worked.
2!
It's a beautiful thing!
We need a boomer.
Someone else's kid tried to drown my quote-unquote eldest, and then the youngest had a malfunction with the flotation device. How the tables have turned!
Oh, nice. I'm stuck on the... Oh.
What the fuck?
Jumped in and grabbed him. Huh.
Push.
Yes! Yes!
There we go. Finish him.
The beautiful murder.
Push.
Yes! Yes!
There we go.
Really just making life hell. It's beautiful.
Finish that guy.
Yo, I'm glitched. I'm stuck.
Alright, that's enough. Yeah, it's completely fair.
Yeah, I can't push it. There we go.
It's happening.
Maybe.
Yeah!
Did you get that?
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, I can't push it. There we go.
There we go.
Maybe.
It's goddamned amazing.
Whoa! Yes!
Did you get that? Yeah, I got it.
It's a beautiful thing. Oh, Christ.
Alright, Tank, punch that thing right into the elevator, okay? Tank, make sure you don't miss, okay?
Just don't
Everything is all
fuck it
set
up.
I want you to punch that shit straight into the elevator and in-cap all of them.
Yeah.
There you go. That's how it's done right there.
Now that's real big boy numbers, it is. It's perfect.
Nice work, team. Alright, War Champ. Let's see what you can do.
Do it.
Punch the forklift off the building. Do it, do it, do it.
Do it in one.
You suck. Oh. No, I don't. Nice.
Still worked.
Over 9,000 points. Over 9,000.
That night of Left 4 Dead versus would end just as well as our nights of Half-Life Deathmatch, I'm sure. Next, probably ending on this one, Crobcat. Back 4 Blood proves Valve carried Left 4 Dead.
For us to just show them stuff. They'd be like, here, check this out. We had a prototype up and running. Keep in mind, at this point, you know, the environment is all just big gray boxes. It's not pretty at all. The infected are still the sort of cheesy terrorist zombies.
I mean, it was already fun. So then it was just like, well, now we just got to make it look good.
Oh God, I remember the beta trailer.
Chris Ashton of Turtle Rock Studios. This is pretty exciting for all us Left 4 Dead fans. Of course, you guys are known for all the amazing work. Left 4 Dead, and now you're building building on the legacy with this new zombie co-op shooter.
Jeff, his husband Hideo, nowhere to be seen.
Well, we wanted to do more and bigger, right?
Okay, here we go. Here's the gameplay reveal of Back 4 Blood.
Not me. You all lost people. Lost someone close.
Yeah, that's about right. This is about correct.
Oh, so I'm to blame?
Oh, fuck no!
Into the sludge.
Revolver here, pistol here. Over there?
Huh. This is really the best they had, huh? What the fuck? This is really flaccid looking. You know that?
Anytime you're ready. This is not good.
Did he just turn into a ball? Did I see that right? This seems like a very fair and well-balanced video game. Yeah, bring it back.
Since killing zombies is such a big part of this game, we invested a lot of time into making their death animations more dramatic than simple ragdolls. We had a professional stuntman on a motion capture stage perform about 100 different dying animations from different kinds of weapons and hit from different directions, like from the front or behind. We then combined these mocap animations with the physics-driven ragdolls. The result is a really cinematic experience, with zombies that stumble for a few steps into a wall, then slide down the wall and collapse, for example. It's the best of both worlds.
This was back when people gave a shit about what they were making. Jesus, that's limp. That's not even making contact.
We treat the infected horde as a major character in Left 4 Dead and spend a lot of effort in making their movements believable. The common hordes stagger around, cough, vomit, fight amongst themselves, lean against walls,
Bog standard M14 in back for blood.
Of their wandering behaviors.
How it would seem.
When they see a survivor, they become enraged, taking off in a full sprint, leaning into their turns, trying to get to their victim.
Jesus Christ.
We wanted to express this rage in their faces as well. So we found efficient ways for each member of the horde to make intense facial expressions.
Really just nothing going on here, huh? Having a good time? Looks like it. Why? Like, I knew it was bad. I didn't think it was this bad.
It was a challenge to create this diversity of looks for common infected.
Didn't Left 4 Dead 1 come out in 2007?
In specific areas. For instance, lots of TSA
Somewhere around
agents
there?
are spawned in the airport, hospital patients around the hospital, cops in the streets, office employees in the offices, etc. It helped to reinforce the sense of a vast epidemic.
We wanted to add further variety to Left 4 Dead 2's campaigns, so we extended this notion when we added the Mudman, the Clown, the Construction Worker, and the Riot Cop.
Boy, it's a good thing the special infected never wear body armor. Yeah, that's how that works. Just drop dead the instant it gets set on fire. No panic at all. God, look at it. It's beautiful. At least you have some kind of dismemberment. Jesus Christ, why?
God help us. Something's off. I can feel it.
Since players spend the vast majority of their time shooting the common infected, we wanted to improve the feedback and visceral nature of this experience.
Just punch right through him.
In Left 4 Dead 1, we provided only the ability to shoot off limbs. Now, in Left 4 Dead 2, there are 43 unique ways to damage an infected. Because many of these wounds are non-fatal, players are able to wound an infected more than once, resulting in about 780 possible damage combinations.
Why is it like... Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody gather round. They don't even fly off in the direction. Yeah, like that. Just instant implosion. That's more like it. Oh God, what are we doing now? No splash on the water is what we're doing now, huh? None?
Reloading.
No destructibility at all, huh? None? What do you mean, none?
The environments in Left 4 Dead are geometrically complex and littered with breakable and movable objects.
Will they ever make a Left 4 Dead 3 or will they keep updating 2 every 13 years? Valve never knows how to count to 3. I have no idea why they just never bothered to learn. Made but canned it many years back. Ugh. Now that's more like it. Good set piece.
What?
This restaurant was one of the first areas we populated with tables and chairs. In early playtests, a survivor would pop a boomer, and the resulting explosion sent tables and chairs flying everywhere.
Yeah.
It was a great effect. We decided to furnish a few more areas like this, so that more players would be likely to experience it.
Beautiful. Just put the game on max settings. Put it up to epic. Have the lighting effects not work at all compared to a game that's a decade and a half older.
Lights on.
Where are the lights even coming from?
In Left 4 Dead, players carry flashlights to illuminate the environment. These shadow-casting light sources not only add surface richness and provide important visual depth cues, they tie into gameplay.
Valve is what Nintendo thinks / wants to brand itself as. Devs who will not, under any circumstances, make something unless it's innovative in some way.
Because a player's flashlight is attached to his or her weapon, the light becomes pointed off to the side when reloading or performing a
It'd be a lot better without all the shitty hardware. And the horrible copyright.
Like so many of Left 4 Dead's game mechanics,
and the little
this
dick
encourages
enter.
cooperation, as players know they may be left in the dark if they choose to reload at the wrong moment.
Yeah, God forbid that work. God forbid. Not allowed.
I see. I'll send in another crew to hold the post once things calm down. Right now, I need you to get to the apartments.
In playtests, people were often confused by certain events and elements in the game. The addition of musical cues helped distinguish these events and diminish player confusion.
Fat fuck.
Players who leave the music on are treated to a variety of subtle audio cues that not only deepen the horror experience, but make them better players.
There he is.
We base the
You
music
shouldn't have
on
done
what the
that.
player is actually experiencing, and not on what we want them to experience.
Thief, rape the witch. Seven, Philistine. Okay, but why is it stuck there? It just looks annoying. And damage feedback looks like it's really bad.
We keep the music appropriate to each player's situation and highly personalized. The music engine in Left 4 Dead has a complete client-side multi-track system per player that is completely unique to that player and can even be monitored by the spectators.
This doesn't look great. Well, why the line? Is that there's like a bug swarm? And then it just vanishes instantly.
One difficulty with the tank was that since we offset his incredible toughness by slowing him down a bit, when tank battles occurred in large outdoor spaces, he was far less effective. To offset this vulnerability, we added his rock throw and car slugging abilities.
Yeah, that'll do it. Hey, man.
This for me.
Why are you...
There, easy now.
Thanks.
What's with the face mapping?
One more scar for the collection.
What the...
Who the fuck shot me? Watch where you move in the future. Oh!
That looked real bad. Okay, goodbye, I guess.
Don't think I'm coming back out.
Mom, please! You need to take better care of that wound.
Ranger, over there!
Okay.
This is our world, and we're taking it back.
While there are hundreds of infected types mobbing the player in Left 4 Dead, there are only 4 survivors. To make sure these 4 stood up to close scrutiny over many hours of playtime, we decided to use photographic reference of faces and wardrobe details.
That wasn't necessary, but thanks.
We started out by casting 4 individuals who fit the general design concepts we had created for our characters.
Sweet shot.
The talent was guided through a matrix of facial expressions,
Okay, let's do it.
creating a complete catalog of movements and expressions for each character's face.
It's almost like characters seem more alive when you animate
for our
them.
modelers and animators when they start to recreate
Instead of
these
just having the
expressions
model
in
stare
three-dimensional
blankly
models.
at all times.
I can't hold on! I can't hold on!
Help! Oh.
Ooh, nice. Holy crap!
Holy shit!
Not a single reaction to be seen.
Fuck yeah!
One of our goals when designing the 4 survivors was to have a very diverse group of real-world characters
who fit in the post-apocalyptic storyline, but that also have heroic and aspirational qualities.
They're changing. God damn it, Bill! Oh, it stinks!
Bill was a challenging design problem when it came to finding the correct balance between realism and idealism. In our first attempts, we made him look a bit too old and frail, which made him seem physically incapable of fighting against the Horde. In our final design, we balanced the character backstory and the aspirational qualities, portraying Bill as a once heroic army veteran, who though older and wiser, can still excel at physical combat.
And that's Mom. At least that's what we call her because she's tough, doesn't take shit from anybody, and always knows
I
exactly
fucking hate
what to
millennial
say.
writing, holy God.
The shit show. Yep, that's me.
Stop
My
it!
name is Holly. Just your run-of-the-mill college kid with a baseball bat. But I can also be a real softie on the inside.
Dude, you can have funny bits in your game, but for the love of God, you're making a horror game. The narrative should be taken seriously. You shouldn't have narration like that. I'm losing my
The process
mind.
behind designing Zoe's character wasn't as straightforward as the other three. Developing a young female in a zombie apocalypse isn't easy with a backstory like hers.
Someone's still alive.
She had to be attractive and worn down at the same time.
Thanks.
She needed to be tough and able to hold her own, even though
Back
she's
when you were
occasionally
allowed to
terrified.
openly say a woman should be attractive, yes.
Her readability was also something we had to take into consideration.
While we were developing Left 4 Dead, we shipped a game called TF2, and Team Fortress 2 taught us a lot about things like read hierarchy and other queuing tools that you need
They
to
originally
have
wanted
in a
Francis and Zoe to be a
multiplayer
couple.
environment.
I feel
We
like that would
also wanted to
shake the
push harder on
dynamic too
horror
much.
direction. So one of the last things we're doing with
Shout
the game
outs
before
to
we ship
girls
it
and
is we're
bandanas.
redoing all of the survivor characters.
The 4 characters were designed as a unit, so that while
It is still
they stand out
Zoe's whole
together
look
from
for
the
Claire
rest
in
of the world,
Remake
their
2,
strong
right? Yes,
silhouettes and
absolutely.
Color contrast provide clear reads for each individually, yet a signal team. We wanted to conjure 4 survivors
No
that could
idea why.
resonate realistically, and thereby complete our horrifically rendered version of
It's like, did you just want to give her jeans? You could have just used the Dark Side Chronicles model for that.
So what we have is this thing called Versus Mode, where you can play 4 survivors playing as humans with 4 infected, this time as humans. And what they try to do is the survivors try to get to the end of a map, the infected try to stop them.
And we recently got to see how PvP is going to be expanded. Do you want to jump into that and talk about that newly announced experience?
Yeah, sure. You queue up with 3 of your friends, you go into a match, and you're playing a best of 3. So you play 2 rounds, and it's whoever lasts the longest on the cleaner side is the winner.
So it's not going to be quite the entire campaign where people make their way from level to level and then swap. It's very much,
shit.
Here's a hyper-focus area designed around the swarm mode.
Is what you're
and then
telling
you're
me.
just going to have to survive longer.
Is that correct? That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly what happens, like you say.
One of the concerns that were raised by people who had Left 4 Dead is, what's different enough about this to justify it being a new sequel? So we've spent a lot of time talking about what the scope is, both artistically in terms of the scale of the game, how the gameplay is evolving, what are some of the technological pieces that have moved forward.
The console version is still a
anything we
ripoff
could to make
because you
sure
can't
that
play
our
the
fans,
content from the
who are
first game.
the reason that we exist, the reason that we have a business, understood why Left 4 Dead 2 was a really positive evolution rather than just us trying to come up with a way of stripping money out of a successful and popular game.
Who the hell puts an evac station up 30 flights of goddamn stairs?
Come on, Coach. Maybe the helicopter. Maybe it's made of chocolate.
Well, would you look at that? Yeah, that'll help.
I have not come this far to die now.
I remember the Helm's Deep map.
Pipe bomb out.
Chicken!
Is Back 4 Blood going to facilitate the modding community at all with the online element, or is it going to purely be contained game files?
It's contained. We're at launch for sure. Yeah, we're not going to have anything like that available then. For sure.
If you listen closely, you can hear my heart break.
That's why I did, sorry.
Valve
retains Left 4 Dead, and they signed us back our logo and name. Mike's decided he was done running his own studio.
Good way to promote your game, right?
The co-op shooter is project lead Mike Ruth.
I think at the time he was really enjoying not being the boss, so he said, I don't want to run Turtle Rock 2.0.
We've had to sit by for the past 10 years and watch other people sort of riff on something that we created. As creators of Left 4 Dead,
from the award-winning creators of Left 4 Dead,
creators of the critically acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise,
made by the creators of Left 4 Dead.
No.
Make sure the 360 was up to snuff, make sure the PC is polished, and it's going to be spectacular now.
Left 4 Dead.
Not there.
1 and 2. Both of those I really put a lot of thought into replayability.
Also not there.
Back around corners that they thought they'd already got past, and it's kind of it's a really interesting space for that, for Versus in particular.
Also not there.
Really honored that there's such a strong fan base for Left 4 Dead 1.
Remember, kids, all the Revenants are Casali's fault specifically.
What's the cast of characters?
Don't forget.
Play them. Who are they in this world?
The action was sort of procedurally generated, and so we were never really sure how much time
From the
we
creators
had
of X doesn't mean shit, this is the reason. Yes.
Once you make debugging 10 times faster, it becomes feasible to
really
do
applies that a lot to Obsidian.
The debugging cost.
What we did was we used blood splats to differentiate similar textures and added some grime to them.
Now time finally arrived. We set a hard date this time, I'll tell you. I believe you, Chad. And it'll be quality.
The goal of the director was to create kind of peaks and valleys in this estimated arousal level. Players were not as cooperative as we hoped, and we didn't know why.
You guys this is a long, expanding list, you know that?
And I hear the giggling already, so we're going to continue with this.
How many creators were involved in your spiritual successor, exactly?
It would be rapidly very tiring.
What we wanted at Valve was to create an experience of playing through a really good horror film.
Moby goes on to lead art direction for Team Fortress 2, then works on titles such as Left 4 Dead.
But I also worked on Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2.
That's a long list of dudes and chicks. These are the ones that carried over, huh? Fuck. How did I get away with saying from the creators of whatever? When it's like 6 dudes. 9, whatever. Jesus Christ. Well, now I'm sad. Christ. Evolve. Oh God, I forgot about Evolve. Oh God, I forgot that existed. Getting flashbacks of Christopher Walken through. Huh. Watch another Seals Are Good video to cheer up. No, we're done. This is the end of the road for today, Chatney. It's gotta be this way, I'm afraid. Yowza. Christ. Jeez-a-loo, man. They can't keep getting away with it. I'm going to the other screen. I'm going straight down to hell. Just like so I am. There we are. Splendid. Thanks for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be or what we're going to be doing on any given day, scroll down just a little bit, hit the link, call me on Twitter. Twitch is down there. I stream there too. If that's something you want to see, feel free to give that a follow. Patreon's down there. A little bit of support goes a long way to help. You can get your name in the credits along with these little people right here. Thank you. We should be back tomorrow. Probably back over on Twitch. I'll probably do more Disgaea too. It's been long enough, I feel like. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. But thank you, Chathany. I appreciate it. I will see everyone again in the next one. You take care now, kids. Goodbye.